The Benny P MMA live. We're back at it again. Hope we're all doing that very well today. Hope no problems with people today. Anyway, let's just wait on until we start getting some viewers in here, because you never know how long it takes for people to get in here. We'll see who's the first one in chat. First person in the chat wins a prize. That's right. Anyway, I don't know. It's always so awkward just before anybody gets in here. I don't really know what to do. Like, I just like sort of chew in here and like just talk to myself a little bit. You know, self-talk's good, but you shouldn't self-talk for too long. You got a bit cuckoo. Strickland should be in jail. Assault. What a crybaby. Yeah, it's a very Sean Strickland thing to do. But yeah, it's very stupid. I don't know why he would assault a guy just because he, did a little crotch chop to him. That's a bit stupid. But hey, all he's done is help that Luis Hernandez guy quite a lot, because now people know who Luis Hernandez is. Before that, I don't think there was really any, too many people on the Luis Hernandez hype train. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I feel like he's just helped that guy, because there's a lot of 5-0 and 6-0 American prospects, but now that Luis Hernandez is known as the guy who got punched by Sean Strickland and got grabbed by Chris Curtis, he's literally just probably solidified that he's going to be on Dana White Contender Series. So Sean Strickland's just literally helped this guy quite a lot. He's done a lot more damage to himself than he has to this guy. Especially that punch was really bad as well. I don't know what Sean Strickland was trying to do. I don't know if he's going to face any suspension or anything for it. What's next? Assaulting the crowd in arenas for heckling? Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, hey, let's not forget. People forget, man. Sean Strickland, he did jump DDP in the crowd that one time. That was quite the scenes. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get that again with Sean Strickland. Hello, mate. Hello, Muhammad Ali. How you going? What's good? Hope you're doing well. If it's your first time in the chat, welcome. It's good to meet you. If it's not your first time in the chat, well, good to see you again. How are you? I am very good, thank you. What's with the Pinocchio emoji? Where are you from, Muhammad Ali? Let me look. I can't really see your face in the photo, but I'm assuming you're from either South Asia or Southeast Asia. I could be wrong, though. You can let me know if I'm correct. Saw you first time. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm glad to have you in here. It's good to get new subscribers, or you're not subscribed yet, but it's good to have new viewers in here. My boy is back. I am back. I'm back. Took yesterday off. Need a little bit of a break. Pakistan. Okay, I knew South Asia or Southeast Asia. That's nice. Whereabouts in Pakistan you from? My boy. All right, we've got 16 people in. All right, we're filling up. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe if you're new. I go live quite often. I don't have a set schedule for it, but I will normally just go live 3 or 4 times a week, probably. I'm from Australia. I'm from Perth. I'm from Western Australia. Same place as JDM, Colin Salkield, Steve Erceg, Cody Haddon. It's like the little hotbed of Australia right now when it comes to MMA. I'm from there. Ben P, King of Perth. That's me. When people see me walking, oh shit, that's the Benny P. That's the Benny P MMA with 1.3 thousand people. Oh, come on, man. You think I'm going to fall for that, Rick Shaw? Come on. Come on, Rick Shaw. Hello, I'm from Indonesia. Hello. I love Indonesia. Or Indonesia. I don't know which way you pronounce it. I'll say Indonesia because that's how I normally say it, but it's good to have you. Whereabouts in Indonesia you're from? What island are you from? Oh, Australia's so hot. It's actually very cold at the moment. It's actually about to piss down with rain, believe it or not. It's very, very dark outside. Gun to your head and you got to pick a lightweight to beat Ilya. Who you picking? Prime, ever, just of all time, or just current roster, Mr. C? Because if it's past and present, I would go Habib. But if it's present, I would probably go almond just off the top of my head. I still think Ilya would destroy him. Michael Taylor stinks. Who is Michael Taylor? What did he do? Salkill needs to fight again soon. He will. He'll be fighting in Perth, 100%. Yeah, I would go Armin Tsurikian, but I think Ilya would knock him out cold. I would go Dustin because I'm biased. Hey, at least you're honest. How often do you have to fight kangaroos down there? Oh, quite often, mate. Quite often. There's been a few moments where I've been lucky to survive with my life. Be out walking, a kangaroo jump out of nowhere, and it's just on sight. How are you? I'm very good, Raysbot. How are you? It's good to have you. I hope you're going well, no matter what you're going through. I hope I hope you're all good. Australia is very good in producing athletes. Yeah, it's because all there is to do here is be athletic. Run, exercise. Yeah, it's all about that's literally that's why I think Australians are so good is when it comes to sports because we just love sports here and the weather's perfect for being athletic. Are kangaroos gay at all or are they straight as hell? I've never met a gay kangaroo, but you never know. I visited Cottesloe Beach Hotel last year. Perth is nice. Cottesloe is very nice as well. Very nice. Are they aggressive or do they mind their own in public for the most part? Generally curious. Yeah, they're very chill. They're very chill. I've never actually had a problem with any kangaroos. They've never attacked me or anything like that. Sometimes if you're driving, they will just jump in front of your car, which is, I'm not even this isn't a word of a lie. They will actually put up signs to warn you because kangaroos just commit kamikaze when it comes to seeing cars. They will literally just jump in front of your car. I don't know if they're suicidal or what, but yeah, they have just they have no perception when it comes to cars. Do you guys sing Cold Chisel, Cheap Wine when drunk in Australia? I've never heard anybody sing it, but we do like Cold Chisel. We really do like Cold Chisel here. Sorry if there are any mistakes, but I can't speak English very well. That's all right, Raysbot. I can understand you so far. You're doing pretty good, so good job. Jump in front of the car like deer in here in Michigan makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly the same, I'd say. Gay is spreading like hell in other countries. Broome, best city in Australia. I wouldn't even call Broome a city, to be honest. It's more like a large town. Have you seen a video of that kangaroo kidnapping a dog and the dog's owner fist fights the kangaroo to get his dog? I have. It's a classic. So this is a crazy fact about kangaroos is they actually will try and drown dogs. I don't know what the reason for it is, but they literally will just grab dogs and try and drown them. I don't know why they do this. But yeah, it's like a little evil thing kangaroos do. They would literally just try and murder dogs for no real reason. Also, if you guys are new to the stream, make sure you like this video. They lure their prey into water. They do. It's borderline genius. It's genius, but it's very evil creatures. But, they're cute, though. They don't try and drown me. They know better than to fuck with Benny P, They'll fuck with dogs, but they don't fuck with me. When you go to Rotten Nest Island, I haven't gone to Rotten Nest Island for about 7 years. It's been a while, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have to revisit it again. Kangaroos are pet like to people or not? No, they're not really pets. We can't really domesticate them, but they are chill though, I'm going to the Nashville card. Good shit. Lewis getting put to sleep. He could do, or he could fraud trek Taliesin Teixeira. You never know. I think Lewis will probably lose, but you never know. I'm not completely sold on Taliesin Teixeira yet because, I don't know how good his chin is, Are you guys allowed to have raccoons in Australia? We actually don't have raccoons. This is a fun fact. Australia actually has 0 rabies. We have no rabies in Australia at all. Rabies is virtually 0% rabies here. That's a thing the Australian government's very proud of. I sound like I'm an advocate for the Australian government. This is a thing we're really proud of here in Australia. No rabies, but yeah, that's a fact. Steve Garcia sleeps Kata. Yeah, I don't know if he sleeps guitar, but I think he's going to win a TKO type finish. I don't think he'll put him out cold, though. He's very durable. Would you punch on with a kangaroo? I tried to tackle a big red in Canberra a few years ago, and they just run away. I would try, but I don't know. I think kangaroos got good takedown defense, You try to tackle them, but I don't know. I think they're they might get taken down, but I feel like they got good get-ups, They'll bounce right back to their feet. I spent time in Florida for a year. The raccoons here are often very friendly like dogs. Wow, interesting. Raccoons are very interesting creatures. I don't know. They're very interesting to me. I fed one out of my hand. Nice. Do you not get worried about rabies, though? Isn't rabies a big thing in America? If you get rabies, there's a 99% chance of a mortality, I'm pretty sure. Strickland always wants to fight, but jabs in the cage. Yeah, I don't know. He's sparring like in sparring. Sean Strickland is like Justin Gaethje. In the actual cage, he's like fucking Bilal Muhammad. You know, it's very weird how it works for Sean Strickland. You know, he's a very I don't know what Sean Strickland wants. I think he might get suspended though. If Ahmed Sarukian gets suspended for punching a fan in the crowd, I'm 100% sure that Sean Strickland's going to get suspended for attacking a guy in the cage. Something like 3 people die of rabies in America per year. Because but with rabies, I think you can get it, but it can take years before it actually gets you, right? Like it's like, I don't know, it gets you randomly, doesn't it? I don't know, I'm not an expert on rabies, but I swear that's a thing. Like, you can get bitten with it, but it won't actually get you until like a couple months or a year later or something, isn't it? I got my rabies vax. Oh, that's good then. Adesanya vs Strickland 2, not happening. Izzy said that Sean Strickland's unavailable, and if he's suspended, it's going to make it even less likely. You might be thinking of Lyme disease. I don't know. I thought rabies took a while, or maybe I'm thinking of mad cow disease. It's one of them where like you can have it, but it will just get you at any random time. I think it's actually I'm confusing with mad cow disease because I think there was like an epidemic in the UK where they had mad cow disease, and then nobody knew like who ended up having it. So it's like it would just randomly hit people who ate the contaminated beef. And it could be like 20, 30 years later, which is scary. Imagine that. You don't know if the beef you're eating is contaminated before it sends you into insanity. It's pretty scary. Amavov knocks Borello out. I don't know. I'm really confused about who's going to win that fight. Like, I actually don't know who to pick in that. I don't really rate Amavov too highly. I know he knocked out Izzy. I picked him to beat Izzy, but I just think Izzy's like done. But I don't think Borello's that great either. But he did look really good against Jared Cannonier. So it's like, I really don't know what way to lean for that fight. You know, both of them have sort of had some pretty bad performances. Like, Kaio's won all of his fights, but he did get, like, reversed by Makhmud Muradov, which is a bad look. Makhmud Muradov had, like, top position on him, which is worrying, but he did really good against Jared. Islam is struggling to gain weight. I've seen that. It's very interesting. Because I thought everyone was saying that Islam's massive and he's like 195 pounds or whatever it is. He's clearly not. You know, the guy's clearly like, he was perfect size for lightweight, you know. Yeah, he had tough weight cuts clearly, but I don't know. People made Islam sound like he was ginormous compared to everybody. But that's why I think he's going to like struggle a little bit at welterweight. I think the size is going to be too much. You ignore my comment? Oh, sorry. What did you say? Oh, kangaroo are like pet to people or not? No, I replied to you. I said that no, we don't really domesticate them. They're too hard to domesticate. But they are chill. Like, you can feed them and stuff at the zoos, but in person it's a lot harder for sure. I haven't had the chance to watch Southern Cross's new interview. I've watched bits of it. It's pretty good. Interviewed Brad Riddell, which is a good interview. You know, Brad Riddell coming back. Kangaroo like to fight each other. I have a video somewhere on my phone of 2 kangaroos scrapping. I don't know where it is on my phone, but maybe I'll upload it as a short sometime and just put some like audio or something behind it, you know, just to get some more traction on the shorts. The shorts help a lot. Shorts and lives is like really like making my subscription go up real quickly here. Like, it's really helping me out. So I'm going to upload a lot more shorts and do a lot more lives. Have you seen the movie Kangaroo Jack? I have. Kangaroo Jack's a classic. I love Kangaroo Jack. How did you gain first 50 subs? I think it was just like friends and family like subscribing and stuff like that. I had a lot of people subscribe to me before I started doing MMA videos. I used to do videos as a kid on this channel, and I actually gained a few subscribers, but then I stopped because they were really cringe. My brother's mate had his first professional fight in a week in Sydney. Have you heard of Turkish Hulk? I haven't heard of Turkish Hulk, but what promotion is he fighting for? Is he fighting for... Well, no, not on Beatdown, because Beatdown's in Brisbane. What promotion is he fighting for? Abu Dhabi card is sick. It will be very sick. I'm very keen for it. My siblings are in Australia studying there. Where in Australia are they studying? How can I develop an Australian accent? Just keep watching Benny P streams, I reckon. You know, just keep watching Benny P streams. You know, subscribe to me, send me money, and like eventually you'll sound like an Aussie. So yeah, just keep look him up. All right, let's look up Turkish Hulk. Let's look him. Turkish Turkish Hulk. I'd imagine he's an amateur fighter because you said he's making his pro debut. I don't think he didn't come up. What's his name? What's his actual name? How you say water? We say it water. Unless you're talking about the actual like Turkish Hulk. I remember Iranian Hulk, the Persian Hulk was actually meant to be in BKFC, but just nothing ended up happening. He was meant to fight Martin Ford, but you know that guy they always use in the clickbait thumbnails? They always have like him versus Habib in the clickbait ones. How you say water? Both. Sweet. I am pissed that Dana cut Rebellis to Spain. Yeah, but hey, he's killing it in karate combat. He's got like 3 KOs where they're all like 8 seconds max. Like combined, they're all 8 seconds. Like he's just been absolutely demolishing people in the first like 5 seconds in karate combat. Rebellis to Spain was the worst heavyweight ever. He wasn't the worst ever, but why don't we ever see you at the press conference with some good questions? They wouldn't approve my media credentials, unfortunately, because I didn't have a website. I need to make a website. Then they'll accept me, hopefully. But I actually applied for media credentials. I think at UFC 305 it might have been. Whenever they're in. Okay, see you next time. God bless you. Make sure you subscribe, Muhammad Ali, if you're not already. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, and yeah. Inshallah, you have a good time and a good day. You know, Allah wills it. You will have a good rest of your day. Why don't you ever see you at the press conference? Yeah, but yeah, I have actually applied for media credentials, but show your feet. My feet are actually very dirty right now. I don't think you want to see my size 12, size 13 fucking dirty ass feet. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll get media credentials and I will ask the most unhinged questions. I really wanted to do the press conference with DDP and Izzy because I would have asked so many crazy ones. Do the media get into the event for free? Yeah, they essentially do. Yeah, they do. I believe so. I've seen a video where a guy literally just like created a media pass and they literally just let him in for free. So I believe they get in for free. They get their own special seating. So that'd be really nice for me to get like free seating in the UFC events. And then I can go backstage and like interview fighters and cause a lot of chaos, which would be fun. It'd be fun to go ask some unhinged questions. Did you watch Deontay Wilder's terrible comeback? I didn't watch it. I did see the like he got a knockdown. I was like looking at the live tweets for it, but I wasn't like super interested in it. You could make a website for cheap. Yeah, my mate was gonna make me a website because he literally did a course for like making websites and all this stuff, and he just never got back to me. So maybe I'll ask him again for it. But yeah, Deontay Wilder, yeah, he's done, but at least he got a win there. They need to do him versus Francis Ngannou in heavyweight boxing. That's like the one thing I want to see. If we ever see Francis Ngannou in boxing again, they got to do him versus Deontay Wilder. It's like the only good boxing crossover fight you can really do right now. I made Deontay's latest fight into a short. I'll give it a watch after this stream, Mr. C. Do you plan on trying to get monetized, Mr. C? Because a lot of your videos are going to be copyrighted when you do try and get monetized, unfortunately, which is very annoying. It did it for me as well. I had to delete so many videos. Was Beyonce's win dominant this weekend? Yeah, it was pretty dominant. He got a pretty good win. Third round, it was looking a bit bad because he got caught with a shot that looked like it buckled him, but he ended up knocking the guy out. So yeah, it was a pretty clean performance from him. The guy he fought just took a bit of a beating, showed a really good chin, but yeah, you know, Biada was just a clearly much better striker in there. Showed really good takedown defense as well. And then the other guy, I think his name was Campbell Signs, just had nothing for Biada. So it'll be interesting to see what Biada does next, you know, for his next fight. Hopefully, I don't know, he gets a road to UFC, like showcase or something, you know. It's just, his chin is just cooked. Yeah, that's the thing. His chin is the worrying bit. Very good fighter. He's very good skill-wise. His takedown defense looked really good. But yeah, it's just him taking shots is always scary. Anytime he gets hit, you're just worried he's going to get put out. Which, yeah, that's what worries me. I think he's a very talented guy. Don't get me wrong. I think Abdallah Bayeda is very talented, has some really good wins. But he just can't take a shot like he used to. Like the Barber fight, he was looking really good and then he just got caught. And Barber's not really like a power puncher. He's a former bantamweight. But yeah, hopefully I wish the wet best for Baeta. He's from Perth, so you know I always want the Perth guys to do good. Symes looked like a Timu Nicky Ryan. He did. He sort of did. He looked like a mix of Nicky Ryan and Joel Rasmussen from Southern Cross Combat. I started the Southern Cross Combat jokes about Campbell Symes and Joel looking the same. I would always send it to the MMA journalists group chats with him in it, and I was like, "Oh, Joel, good luck this weekend." Every time the guy would get booked in a fight, because he does. He weirdly looks like Joel. Not like when he's actually fighting, but in like the poster, he looks like Joel. When he was walking out and everything, he doesn't look as much like Joel, I don't reckon. Cameron Simon is a cutie patootie. He is a cutie patootie. And hey, at least his loss to Peyton Talbot's like aging not too bad, since he just somehow beat the shit out of Felipe Lima. The Cron Gracie Ryan Hall style is just done well. Yeah, there's no one nobody who ever has that style is ever going to be champion. You can take this to the bank. I guarantee you there will never, ever be a UFC champion with Ryan Hall's or Cron Gracie style. There'll never be like a pure jiu-jitsu champion ever. You always need to have striking or wrestling. You know, there'll never be there will be one-dimensional champions, but jiu-jitsu is completely like that's neutralized at this point. There'll never be a one-sided jiu-jitsu fighter. Even like Charles Oliveira, he had very good Muay Thai, very good Muay Thai, very good moving forward and stuff like that. You know, he wins his fights not just with jiu-jitsu, and he has good wrestling too. Do you watch the MMA Guru? I do. I've been watching MMA Guru since 2018, I think. Yeah, I think 2018. I think the first one I watched was him. He picked Derek Lewis to knock out Daniel Cormier. That was the first video I ever watched of him. But the first time I like properly like started watching his videos is because he picked Cowboy Cerrone to beat Justin Gaethje, and I was a big Cowboy fan at the time. So that's when I started like being watching all of his like prediction videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I do watch the MMA Guru. He's probably, when it comes to like the MMA YouTubers, probably one of the ones I watch the most. Remember MMA Guru had his second channel with fight breakdowns. That's what made me a fan. They took that shit down once he hit 25K. Yeah, that was really annoying. I think he actually took it down himself because he was getting like strikes on it, and if he lost that channel, he would have actually lost his main channel as well. He also had a news channel as well where he would like upload shorts when it would like be news that would come out, but he ended up taking that one down, which I thought was a pretty good idea. Why would you take that one down? You know, shorts. He should have just uploaded the shorts to his main channel though, because shorts don't affect live streams or the long form videos. So he would have probably been even bigger if he kept making shorts, because shorts are like a little cheat to build your channel up. If you upload shorts, they will always get a lot of viewership and you'll always get like subscribers from it. That's something I noticed. Like a lot of my shorts would like explode my subscribers. Why there's so many incels in the community? I don't know. I feel like there's incels in every community though. MMA maybe just because like it's a lot of people projecting they want to be like the MMA fighters. So like they, what's the word I'm looking for? Vicariously live through MMA fighters. So that's probably why there's a lot of incels when it comes to the mixed martial arts community. You know, a lot of people want to be like the big, strong, tough like MMA fighter. But unfortunately, we can't all be the big, strong MMA fighter, you know? Submitting someone is so much harder than defending off a submission compared to KOing someone versus defending a KO strike, if that makes sense. Yeah, submitting someone's very hard. Like, a lot of it's like mindset as well. Like, it is actually mindset when you look about it. Like, some people can get in a close submission and they won't actually fight it. They just be like, all right, I'm done, I'll tap. But if you get in like a real tough guy who's like willing to go out, he will just keep fighting for his life to get out of it. So I think it's not like they will get choked unconscious, of course, but a lot of it's mindset. Like if a jiu-jitsu guy gets you in a close hold and you actually break out of it, they always break. You know, Herbert Burns, he would break when he would get close submissions and they wouldn't tap. You know, you've seen it with a lot of guys like that. Jiu-jitsu guys are a lot easier to break, I reckon. If they get you in a submission and you won't tap, they're more likely to just like sort of give up a little bit. They have more of a defeatist mindset, I feel like. Thoughts on Strickland jumping in the cage and punching that dude? I think it was very stupid of him. I think he's probably going to get suspended or he's going to at least get fined. And the thing is, he didn't even land a good punch. So, like, what was the point? That cop, you mean? Yeah, that guy was a cop. People forget, man. Luis Hernandez is Miami-Dade. He's a Miami-Dade fucking police officer. Do you reckon Ty should have went to sleep? Nah, I reckon he was done. Like, I don't think tapping... I don't actually think you're a quitter if you tap. Like, I would tap in a chokehold, probably. But... yeah, I think he should have... yeah, it was probably a good thing he tapped. If he goes out cold, he's going to be suspended for like a couple months. So, yeah, 100%. But he fought it off. People shit on him a lot, but He fought his like he was fighting as hard as he could to get out of that. I don't know why people hate him so much. I get they find the whole like tongue thing cringe, but it's like literally the guy's culture. You know, people should be able to do their culture. That should be. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, fucking yellow, whatever it is. Everyone should be able to practice their own cultural practices. So I feel like I don't know. Kai should 100% not get so much hate for just doing what his culture is. You know. I think Sean Strickland is a closeted influencer. I think really he loves being a celebrity. He does. He 100% does. That's why he always goes on all these live streams with like Aiden Ross and like Sneeko and does all this stuff. If he didn't like it, he would just literally be like Habib and never talk to these people or just stay away from them. But he clearly likes it. He clearly like it's not like they're even paying him. I don't think. I don't even think he's getting paid to do it. I just reckon it would have been more Moldy-esque if he went out. That's true. I seen an edit where it was like somebody edited him doing the tongue thing onto him getting choked out because like it was sort of the face he was making, which is fucking crazy, but that's what somebody did. Submitting someone is closest thing to ending someone. That's why people panic tap or fight for their lives. Yeah, I wouldn't just tap if I was like close. I would probably like panic tap. I wouldn't mean to, but I'd probably like try and fight the hands, and when you go to grab it, it would look like a tap. Like I feel like panic tapping like Robert Whittaker panic tapped against Hamza Chimaev because he literally felt his jaw like fucking breaking. He could feel his jaw just like breaking as he's like in it. So like he panic tapped, of course. He's like, oh shit, my jaw's about to break. Submissions like that scare me, to be honest. Getting a jaw crank would fucking kill. Like imagine that, on all the pressure on your jaw right here. You can't fight it. This person literally has like the ability to like render you not being able to speak properly. Like they have the power to render you like immobile when it comes to eating solid foods. Like I think it's smart to tap in situations like that, in my opinion. That's my opinion though. Also, for some weird reason, like my stream I did the other day, I had like 12 likes on it, and then after it got uploaded, I lost like every like except for 3. I don't know how the fuck happened, but like they actually took all of my likes from my last stream, which had 1.3k viewers. It was very weird. I don't know why that happened, but they took all of my likes. So YouTube is very rude. Kaikara got dominated. We were wrong. Yeah, we were. I was way off. I was very way off. I just think Pantoja had such a good striking style that he actually like really leveled up with the striking. I feel like he would come like the leg kicks he was using and everything in that fight was perfect. Yeah, he was like injured going into that fight too and had staph infection. And he was on antibiotics and everything. I don't think blood chokes really cause panic attacks, but guillotines and air choke can for sure. I actually got put in a really deep rear naked choke from my mate once when we were like having like a little roll, and I didn't tap. I like stayed in it and I like just like toughed it out. But it was like I don't know, it was tough. I remember like afterwards, I remember my like hands were all numb because I literally I wouldn't tap, but I didn't go out or anything like that. I stayed conscious, but it was very close. I ended up like he had it under my neck, but I managed to get it off. But I don't know. I think it's illegal, but they should let you like fucking pull the fingers back when someone's trying to choke you. I feel like that'd be like cool for defense. Like just fucking snap it back, break their finger as they're trying to choke you. I feel like that would make jiu-jitsu a lot more less powerful. Or if you get eye gouge, imagine that you're in a rear naked, just put your like both your fingers in their fucking eyes when they're trying to choke you. Obviously, you can't do that because there'd be an epidemic of fucking MMA fighters going blind, but it'd just be so badass. You're like getting choked unconscious. You're just fighting for your life, poking them in the eyes. I picked Kai because I ride with my Kiwis, but I knew Pants was most likely going to win. I literally was like, I wasn't really rooting for one over the other. I just thought Kai Kara France showed such good takedown defense against like Askar Askarov and all them other grapplers he fought that he would like do the same, but Pantoja's just a different level. Even though Askar Askarov beat Pantoja, it was very close, and Pantoja would definitely win a rematch against Askar Askarov. Everybody gonna have broken fingers and be out for 6 months and not be able to punch anymore. That's true, but it would just imagine how badass it would be if like Habib's got you in a rear naked choke. Well, obviously this is going back a few years, but Habib's like choking you out, and like Conor, instead of tapping, he's like trying to fucking blind him. That would be so cool, right? Like obviously I know the logistics behind it, you couldn't do it, but like imagine if it really was like fight to the death type rules. You can eye gouge, punch to the balls. Like I don't know. It would never happen, obviously, because it would every fighter would be retired after 2 years. But still, there's a difference depending on. I thought Kai Kara France had a chance of knocking out Pantoja because Pantoja is 38. Pantoja is 35. He's actually going to be 36 like next month, I think. He's doing really well for like an older fighter, though. You don't really see these, these older, lighter weight guys go on and do so well. But Pantoja is literally just built differently. He is fighting because his dad left him. Like that is a different type of motivation. He's trying to get his fucking dad's approval. Do you remember when he won the belt? Not like he didn't immediately thank his family. He might have. I'm just misremembering, but this is how I remember it. He just immediately said, "You're proud of me, Dad? You're proud of me, Dad?" Like bro, like you haven't seen your dad for like 30 years or something. Like Jesus Christ, like you're literally fighting with the anger of your dad like running out. Like that's a different type of motivator. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat Pantoja with fucking... As long as he never rekindles with his relationship with his father, he's going to be unbeatable. If we ever see Pantoja, like, reconnect with his dad, then he's going to lose his next fight. It's like the Jimmy Flick effect. Jimmy Flick was so good as a prospect at some point. He beat Cody Durden. He subbed him with a flying triangle. Then he, like, found his dad, retired, then came back and wasn't as good. I could 100% see that happening with Pantoja. If Van beats Pantoja twice in a row, who will be Van's second title defense? Probably Brandon Moreno. I could see them giving Moreno a shot. Maybe Muhammad Makayev if he ever gets re-signed, but probably highly unlikely. Dana hates his guts. But they're fights I could see happening. Yeah, maybe a Royval rematch. Depends. Maybe Cape. He needs a win though, because you can't really trust the guy. He's pulled out of so many fights. Don't ever put Jimmy Flick and Pantoja in the same sentence again. Oh, I'm not saying they're on a comparable level. I just mean like he lost all motivation afterwards. Obviously, Pantoja is significantly better than Jimmy Flick. But people forget, man, Jimmy Flick, he was a marauder. He flying triangled Cody Durden. Charles looked nervous walking to the cage. Yeah, he definitely was. What about if Umar goes to 125? Well, I think Umar would go to 125, and then like the next event would be Umar's funeral, because I think he would die going down that low. The guy's not a small bantamweight by any means. He's fought at featherweight before. He's a big dude. Charles didn't fight nervous though, unlike the Islam fight. I mean, he fought how he normally does. He just pressured forward, tried to get in Toporia's face, but Toporia's really good on the back foot, clearly. And I've got respect early. He cut Charles Oliveira so early in that fight. Like, he is so unbelievably slick with the hands. It's crazy. But the Islam fight, he fought nervously. He did a lot better in that Islam fight than people actually give him credit for. People act like it was very one-sided, but Islam had no success, like, taking him down. Like, I think the only time he got taken down was literally when he got knocked down, or maybe when... I think Oliveira might have went for, like, a submission that failed. I don't know. Maybe I'll need to rewatch it. I'm about to sneeze. I'm about to... Woo! Alright, sneezed. But yeah, Charles did a lot better against Islam than people give him credit for. But against Ilya, it was just one-sided traffic. He had no success. I wonder if Felipe Lima could make 125. Probably not. I don't think he could. He's fought at he's fought at featherweight a couple times. I think he's even fought at 155. I think flyweight would be too much. But I want to say this about Felipe Lima. He really fought a very silly fight. He was actually doing so good on the feet, but I think he was really scared of Talbot's power because he kept talking in his corner about the power difference. He just looks so much smaller than Talbot. Yeah, Talbot's a big guy though. He could definitely fight at featherweight, I reckon. Like, I could see a Peyton Talbot move up to featherweight eventually. Because he's like, what, 5'10", 5'11"? I think he's like decently tall for a featherweight. Let me look up Peyton Talbot's height real quick. Did you hear about the alligator Alcatraz prison in Florida that was just built? I seen something about that. I thought that was a joke. I also seen that Trump said he wants to deport Elon Musk, which is fucking hilarious. The guy literally spent his whole, like, he spent like $200 million donating to Trump to get him in office. And now Trump's like being asked about deporting him. He's like, oh, I guess we'll have to look into that. Oh yeah, Peyton Talbot's 5'10". He's got a 70-inch reach. He's pretty big. He's a big dude. Apparently he's of African-American and Choctaw descent. I swear he had a white dad. I thought his dad was white, but apparently he's got Choctaw descent. Interesting. Mr. C, you and Peyton Talbot, native brothers. Yeah, I knew his fight IQ was low as shit when I saw him throw a crescent kick. Yeah, that fight IQ was horrible. Cody Haddon is better than Felipe Lima. I'm putting that out there. Cody Haddon fucking destroys Felipe Lima. After that fight, he would absolutely demolish him. He'd take him down, beat him up on the feet. He'd do whatever he wants to him. Cody Haddon. Cody Haddon. Haddon. He's a bantamweight from Perth. He destroyed... what's that guy's name? Oh, I can't remember his name for the life of me. He's a... Who did he... Dan Argueta. He destroyed Dan Argueta. Dan Argueta shot like 26 takedowns and hadn't defended like all of them. And the one time he did get him down, he just bounced right back up. He landed like, I think 180 significant strikes or something like that. Argueta just has a really good chin. He retired afterwards because he got cut, but Argueta's like pretty underrated. He gave Gene Matsumoto like a lot of problems, but he ended up getting subbed. Fuck, 5'10" at bantamweight's huge. I don't even know if I could make 135 again. I feel like I wouldn't be able to make 135. Not healthily, at least. I'd look like Christian Bale in The Machinist if I ever tried to make bantamweight. If I ever tried to make flyweight, I would probably just straight look like a corpse. But yeah, Peyton Talbot's pretty big for the weight class. He's very durable as well. That's something nobody really talks about. Peyton Talbot has like really bad striking defense. He gets hit clean so often, but he just eats it. Like you never really see him buckle or anything. Like Felipe Lima landed like 2-punch combo directly on his chin, and Peyton Talbot just like ate it like nothing. Like he just walked through it. Like that must be very difficult style to fight. Somebody who just walked through your punches. Especially like Felipe Lima, you could tell was like, fuck, what do I do to this guy? Like that's why I probably kept shooting. He's like, shit, nothing I do to this guy in the feet is hurting him. But I don't know, it's just crazy. I didn't like I heard a rumor, well not a rumor, but somebody said that Peyton Talbot said that the reason his takedown defense was so bad against Ronnie Barcelos is because he actually got hit in the equilibrium. So that's probably why his takedown defense was so bad, because his equilibrium was like compromised. So his like balance would have been all over the place. So every time he got shot on, it was like, the world was spinning a little bit. Do you think Paddy gets chinned by Topuria? I do. I think Topuria would kill him. Felipe Lima isn't a big puncher though. That's true, but like they're still very like they're as flush as a flush can be. Like he was directly on his chin, like 1-2 down the pipe, and he just ate it. Even against Simon, I think Simon landed a big shots on him. Barcelos landed so many bombs on his chin, and he just ate it. I think Reyes Cortez Jr. landed a lot of shots on him as well on Dana White Contender Series. Nick Aguirre didn't really land anything of note. He just took him down a lot for 2 rounds, but I don't know. Talbot's an interesting prospect. He can still go far, He's still young. How old is he? I think he's like 26. I want to say he's 26. He is 26. He's going to be 27 in September. So he's still a pretty decently young guy for the weight class. So he can definitely make a lot of improvements. I mean, let's not forget, Sean O'Malley lost to Cheeto Vera, and he made a lot of improvements. And Cheeto's like pretty bad, so you never know. Talbot didn't look bad in the Barcelos fight. He just needs to learn how to settle into position when taken down. Yeah. That's the thing. It wasn't too bad. I think he can at least make it to the rankings. I still think like Marab would absolutely demolish him, and Umar would probably absolutely demolish him. But who knows? His takedown defense looked really good, and Lima isn't like horrible with the takedown. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see like pure striking him versus Umar, because Umar is a good striker in his own right. I'd love to see Peyton Talbot versus Corey Sandhagen. That would be a cool fight down the line. Umar would be a good fight. How tall is Umar? I think Umar's like 5'8". I want to say he's 5'8". I could be wrong. Wait, they fought on the same card, so let's have a look. Where is he? Where is Umar? Umar is 5'8". Yep, he is 5'8". Umar's 5'8". He's fought at featherweight before. Yeah, he's probably 5'7". He's very stocky. That's the thing, though. I feel like Umar's probably taller than you think, just because he's very wide. So maybe he looks a lot smaller, like a lot shorter than you think he would actually be. But yeah, he is 5'8", apparently. That's what they reckon. He looks shorter than Habib in pictures. Well, Habib's 5'10". Habib is built as 5'10" or 5'10 and a half, so he should look shorter than Habib. I wonder who he's going to fight next. I thought they would have done him versus Peter Yan, but you know, nothing at the moment has been built. Be interesting to see who he gets. What's his resume anyway? He beat Sergey Morozov. He beat Brian Kelleher, Nate Menez. These not only the great wins. He beat Ronnie Barcelo. The Barcelos win is amazing because he literally KO'd Barcelos out cold. Then he beat Beksat Almacan. Then he beat Sandhagen. He's actually been very inactive when you look at it. He's only fought like twice and once a year. Like, he's been very inactive. He's been in the UFC since 2021, but he's only fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So yeah, very inactive, to be honest. It'd be interesting to see what he'd be like as a champion, you know, especially like, yeah, I don't know. I could still see Umar being champion, but I think Umar would lose to Marab in a rematch. I think Marab does better in rematches, which is completely crazy because I thought that Marab would do worse in rematches because I thought like people would be more prepared for his style. But against Sean O'Malley, he was even like he looked so much better in that fight. So I don't know. I think Marab is just like fucking terrifying. Not as in like he'll KO you out cold, but he will just put you into cardiac arrest and win that way, which is just torture. Like, he's literally a torture-based fighter. Like, I would rather fight somebody like Nugano who's gonna knock me out cold than like someone like Marab who just like is wilting you, like breaking you and pretty much doing whatever he wants. It's like it's like sanctioned SA pretty much. But Marab, you know, he can kiss you in the cage and he can do all this weird shit like he was doing to Sean O'Malley, and like nobody can stop him. You have to stop him, and he's just not gonna let off. Which champ loses first? 125, 135, or 145? I'd probably say Volk, just because Volk's a bit older. But I hope Volk just like retires after he beats like maybe Mobzar and somebody else. I don't want to see Volk overstay. You know, if he was somehow really past his prime and lost to like somebody he shouldn't have lost to, that'd be so depressing. I avoided gay porn today. I'm so proud. Good job, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. That's good. I feel like you're not joking because last time you were in chat, you were just telling me to look up random gay porn stars. So I'm glad you're all good now. I'm glad. Fight the urge, brother. Fight the urge. How are we all? How are we all? How are we all today? Yeah, it was tough. There's 1 hour left in the day, though. Oh, no. Well, you're in this chat. Maybe just stay in the chat for an hour then. And you'll be all good. But yeah, how are we all feeling? We're looking forward to Dana White Contender Series. I can't wait for George Mangos versus Radley De Silva. I'm actually so excited for that fight. Mangos is a guy I've been watching like since his pro debut. And I've been interviewing Mangos since his like second pro fight. So like it's really cool to see him come all this way, you know, to actually be going to Dana White Contender Series. And yeah, I don't know, it's cool. It's like literally I've been like interviewing and like documenting his full career. So it's gonna be cool to see a guy like I've been interviewing the whole time get to the Dana White Contender Series, you know. Dana White Contenders tomorrow. Nah, it's August. It's like a month away. Literally like, yeah, probably a month. So, you know, it's still a bit away, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Apparently, it's going to start doing more Dana White Contender Series, which might destroy the sport a little bit if they, like, overdo the Dana White Contender Series. Like, we might just start getting some really, like, dog shit prospects. But we're already getting quite a few dog shit prospects anyway, so not too much will change. Malcolm Wellmaker fan, who would you got? Peyton Talbot or Malcolm Wellmaker? Who you got winning? I feel like Talbot would beat Wellmaker, but I don't know. I need to see more from Wellmaker as well. Maybe Wellmaker could beat him, but I don't know. Peyton Talbot seems like a tough matchup for him. It'll be a fun fight down the line, though. Yeah, I've seen that, Mr. C. I'm glad he's getting a shot. He deserves it. I know he missed weight by like 10 pounds, but still. My heart says Peyton because he's LGBTQ, but my mind says Malcolm. Are you actually gay, Malcolm Wellmaker fan? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just curious because you do know a lot of gay porn stars. So, like, you know, there's a little truth to every joke. That's all good though. No judging. You know, love is love, as they say. But yeah, Christopher Ewert, I'm glad he's getting another shot. He's a fun fighter. I liked watching tape on him. Yeah, I'm gay. Oh yeah, fair enough. That's cool. We don't have too many gay MMA fans, so you know, you can be the spokesman for the gay MMA fan. You can be the CEO of the LGBTQ MMA fan base, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. But yeah, they should rebook Jackson McVeigh versus Cedric Dumas, I reckon. I'm gay in the 1880s sense. What does that mean, Mr. C? Dag MMA is a gay MMA YouTuber. That's why I like him. I've never heard of him before. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's look at him. Dag MMA. Oh, I get you. Never seen this guy before, to be honest. Dag MMA is so awful to watch. Is he actually gay? I've never heard of him before, so. Yeah, here's a video on what UFC would let peg him. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Damn, yeah, I just find out new channels I've never heard of exist all the time. It's crazy how many channels there actually are. I have a few channels pop up every now and then. I had some channel with some guy who was he was making 50-second prediction videos, and it was very awful quality, but God loves a trier. But there is a lot of channels that I don't know, recently a lot of channels have just started popping up that I've never seen before. But it's cool that more channels are coming up, and hopefully I'll be at the top. He doesn't get any views, so he said he might quit YouTube. I mean, it looks like he gets quite a good views, 50. Yeah, he's not getting bad views. I mean, how long has he been making videos for? What's his oldest video? How long's he... I mean, fucking... Jesus, come on. I've been making videos longer than him. That's a quitter's mindset. I've been making videos for 2 years, and I'm only just fucking getting good views. This guy's been making videos for 11 months. He can should keep going, you know. It's not a fucking marathon, you know. It's a, it's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's not a fucking, what's the saying? It's a sprint, not a marathon. His videos aren't the best, but his lives are good. Oh yeah, I guess that's sort of like mine, mate. My videos, sometimes I can babble on a bit too much, but I feel like my lives are pretty good. Oh yeah, he doesn't really... It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's the fucking saying I was looking for. I develop CT when I'm on these fucking streams. Yeah, a lot of his streams don't seem to do too good of views, to be honest. Oh, one of them did. Jesus. 317 live watch party got 34,000 views. That's pretty good. His watch parties do a lot of views. Fucking bro's getting greedy. I started uploading just so I can get some live chats and streams going. They're fun to chat in. I want to see if they're actually fun to be a part of. Yeah, they definitely can be. I feel like it's going to be hard for you, though, with kids and everything, right? But it shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be too hard. Because how many subscribers do you need to get before you can stream? Isn't it you need 500 or something like that? No, not 500. It would be less than that. His one fan now, he's wearing lipstick 5-6 days ago. Let's have a look. 50 or something. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look. 6 days ago. Oh, I'm just looking at his lives. Wait, yeah. Latest videos. Interesting. Wow, I didn't know there was a gay MMA YouTuber. I mean, hey, fair enough. You know, be interesting to see how far he can go, given how many MMA fans are not very LGBTQ friendly. Did you see him wear the lipstick? Is it the video, the People's Main Event? Yeah, I see it. Yeah. It's about Tauber versus Lima. Oh, that's cool, though. I mean, we gotta get MMA fans from every walk of life, you know. That's how the sport grows. What country is he from? He looks like he's British. He looks like he would be from the UK. Does it say what country he's from? He's from Canada. Okay, he's Canadian. Interesting. There's a moose on the loose, eh? He's from Toronto. Who is this gay MMA YouTuber? His name is Dag MMA. Do you think Lucas Thomas would get Morning Combat more subscribers if he hit his political stance from the fans? No, I think the big part of his subscribers is that there is like he helps the left-wing fan base, you know. I think that's why Luke Thomas has a big following because like obviously left-wing fans are very hard to come by. So like that's why like guys like MMA Joey and like Luke Thomas have like a lot of subscribers because there's probably a lot of left-leaning fans who've seen their content and like, oh shit, like this guy's got the same views as me. And that's probably what gets them a lot. I mean, Luke Thomas actually does good stuff. Like his breakdowns and stuff are really good. Like he breaks down stuff really good. MMA Joey though is I don't know why he has so many subscribers. Like he's not particularly entertaining. So I think literally it's just that he's a left leaning and like other leftists probably see him and like, oh shit, you know, this guy's got the same views as me. He, you know, he's an atheist. He's a leftist. You know, we don't have too many of those in our community, so like they all just jump on him, even though like you know there's plenty of other like, but the left-wing MMA fans are so few and far between. Nah, not on Twitter though. There's actually I'd say the majority at one point of fans on MMA Twitter at one point in time they were all left-wing. Like there's a big left-wing fan base. Like there's like Jack Slack, I'm pretty sure is a left-wing. He's like I think he posted some left wing stuff, and he's got a big fan base. So there is a market for like left wing MMA for sure. I like to just stay politically. I'd rather stay apolitical, you know, only on certain stuff. You know, I won't just go out of my way to talk about my political beliefs or anything like that. I feel like it's best not to just completely alienate, especially in this day and age. But yeah, I just saw a mouse in my kitchen and skedaddled. Yeah, I don't blame you. I haven't seen a mouse for ages, to be honest. Yeah, MMA capitalized on the left wing thing. Yeah, he's a left wing grifter, yet Joey always makes fun of right wing grifters. Yeah. Joey literally is just like I don't know. I don't even think Joey's really like a left wing person. I think he's just like virtue signals a little bit. Like he comes off very SJW type of guy. Like anything offends him, but he's said very disparaging things about Holly Holm as like a woman. You know, like how are you SJW? You're calling like a woman a fucking dumb bitch and like tell her to stop talking about saving the kids. Like it's just very weird. Very sus to like be annoyed about her talking about saving the kids. I know people say it's a dog whistle, but even if it isn't a dog whistle, the fact all she's saying is you got to stop human trafficking children. I think it's a good statement, but some people are saying it's a dog whistle. Like, I don't know. It might be a dog whistle, but it is still good to bring awareness. People do get trafficked. I just think Luke would get so many more subs if he didn't choose a side openly. Yeah, that's probably true, but I don't know. I think people would be able to know he's left wing either way. Like, he's not someone who would be able to speak about like Trump or something like that without like bringing up his opinion. He's an opinionated guy. That's just who he is. Do you know many redneck MMA right wing fans? Are there in the States? So fucking many. That's true. There would be a lot, especially the South. I feel like the South especially would have a big fan base, and like in like Alabama, like Alabama. I think one of the first events was in Alabama, wasn't it? Like they were meant to do no, it was either Alabama they were meant to do an event, and it got cancelled, or there was an event that got cancelled and they threw it to Alabama. I can't remember which way I'm mixing it up. Joey just wants to be the opposite of everyone. That's why his favorite fighters are like Ian, Gary, and Unk, the ones everyone hates. Yeah, he just wants to be contradictory to everybody. He's not got an original thought in his fucking fat head. Luke Thomas is left. He is left. Not even the South. I'm from the Northwest, sorry, and there are tons of right wingers there. Yeah, that's true. The most right wing state is like Montana and those like mountain states, isn't it? Even though I'm gay, I don't like Luke Thomas. Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you like one of those log cabin Republican type of people, Malcolm Wellmaker fan? Like a right wing gay? Like a Milo, what was that guy's name back in the day? Milo Yiannopoulos, I think his name was. Hello Jeet. How are you going, Jeet? Good to see you in chat again. Have you been following the Brian Kohlberger case? I have not. Let's have a look. I'm gonna look it up. Brian. I hope this isn't like some fucking name, fake name you just given me. Brian. Fucking. Let's get it up. Oh, okay. So what you're trying to tell me is you're the top. Oh, I actually have kept up to date with this case, actually. What's the update on it? I haven't kept up to date, but I was aware of it. I watched a video about this guy. Yeah, this was the guy, like, isn't there, like, people with, like, best cardio sport? Probably swimming. Even the supposed lefty states are only left because they have one big city with 51% lefties and the entire rest of the state is majority right. Washington State has Seattle and it fucks us. Yeah, that's true. Like, because even like Illinois and like all them cities, like Chicago, literally is the only reason why they vote left. Because like there's the photo of like the what's it called? There's like a photo of like all the areas that voted red for Republican and blue for Democrat, and like the whole country is red because all the rural areas just vote overwhelmingly for the right. I'm not even right or left. I just hate all the sides. Yeah, me too. I would say I probably lean right on some things, but I'm also left on other things like social issues. I'm probably left on some things. Besides like border security, then I'm like right wing on that. You know, I don't think people should be banned from the country, but I think we should definitely stop letting in like 1 million people a year almost. That shit's fucking outrageous. But when it comes to like weed and like drugs and like all that stuff being legalized, I'm all for that. He pleaded guilty, so he won't get the death penalty because they rejected his advances. Do you think he actually did it though, or he like actually just pleaded guilty so he didn't get killed? There is a lot of people do that where they'll just plead guilty so they can avoid the death penalty. Because I remember there's like something about the case where there was like some contradictory stuff, but I need to rewatch the stuff on the case because I watched a whole video talking about it because that was the case where like it was like 3 or 4 girls, wasn't it? And he just like they got his number or he got it. I don't know. I need to rewatch the case because I've seen this guy's face before. I watched something. I think Lazy Masquerade made a video on this. But yeah, damn. It's crazy stuff. Like I just can't understand like going and killing someone because they rejected you. Lazy Masquerade is good shit. I love Lazy Masquerade. I've been watching him since I was 15 years of age. I remember I found him on school holidays in 2016. I literally binged all of his videos during the school holidays in 2016. It was so good. And now he does like a lot more like investigative videos. He almost got away with it. They couldn't find him for 7 weeks. I mean, they would have found him eventually. What's happening with Luigi Vendor? No, I was going to say Luigi Vendramini. The Luigi guy. What was his name? Luigi Mangione. What's happening with him? I haven't heard anything. That case has gone completely quiet. It's been like 7 months as well. And like nothing's happened. There's not much difference between boy pussy and woman's pussy. Ronaldo or Messi? I will say Messi. He's in prison with Diddy and oh my god, guys, the Diddy. You know that they like dropped a bunch of the charges on Diddy, so he's gonna do like maybe 15 years at most or minimum. I can't know. I don't know if it's minimum of 15 years or a maximum, but it seems like Diddy might get away with it. Crazy what money gives you, and also powerful friends, I guess. I don't know. I had a feeling Diddy would get away with it. But I was hoping like justice would. Diddy is based. I would not say Diddy is based. I would say Diddy is a fucking awful person. I mean, Diddy's literally just a black Jeffrey Epstein at this point, you know. Apparently, I don't know how true it is because, you know, you never can believe everything you see on X. But I read somewhere that Diddy was trafficking the same girls as Epstein. So I don't know how true that is, though. It could be bullshit. But that would be interesting if that's true. Like, I do wonder, though, because there's got to be one, I'm just going to put this out, there's got to be one sick, twisted guy who has been both on Epstein's Island and has been to Diddy parties. There's always got to be one guy who's been at both, you know. There's got to be some celebrity, some sick, twisted guy, probably Bill Clinton, who's been to both of them. It's just there's got to be like surely there's someone who's been to both Diddy parties and Epstein. Well, like that's gonna be like this is a next level. That's a next level twisted fucking son of a bitch. Like I don't know. Like the Epstein Island wasn't enough for him. He had to go to the Diddy parties too. There's got to be though. There will be someone. Trump for sure. He's definitely gone to Epstein's Island. But well, at least I don't know. I don't know if he went to a Diddy party though. Wouldn't surprise me though. The guy from Breaking Back is the sick Walt. Wait, he's been to both. You reckon Bryan Cranston's been to both? Oh, that would break my heart. I love Bryan Cranston, even though he said a lot of stupid political stuff. But I like Bryan Cranston. He seemed like a good guy. But you know, wouldn't surprise me. I don't trust any celebrities in Hollywood or like politicians and anything like that. Most people in the public's, in the public eye, they're all just terrible people. They see like the average man as lesser than them, and yeah, I don't like that. Everyone should be equal. It doesn't matter if you've got $1 billion or $1 to your name. Everyone is equal. We're all human at the end of the day. But these people, they see themselves as something different to the average human, and yeah, shit, It's crazy. Ben Askren got a new lung, by the way, guys. I don't know if you've seen, but he actually got a lung transplant. He's getting a lung transplant, so he's gonna be all right. I respect Diddy because he didn't hide who he was. Yeah, I guess when you think about it, he didn't. But it's just crazy that everybody like in songs like Immortal Technique made a song where he talked like Dance with the Devil. He talked about how like Diddy killed a guy in the clubs. That was a thing. Like there's actually this is a fun fact, but there was actually a Belizean rapper who was like a part of Diddy's crew, and Diddy actually snitched on him, and this guy got sent to prison, and he's actually now running for president of Belize. I can't remember his name. What's the guy's name? Belizean. I think he was the opposition leader. Belizean opposition leader. Yeah, here he is. Shine. His name was Shine. Moses Shine Barrow is a Belizean politician and former rapper. He's the leader of the opposition in the Belize House of Representatives and the leader of the Belize United Democratic Party. But he moved to New York City as a child and began to rap as an adolescent. And he actually got sent back to Belize because of Diddy. Dance with the Devil isn't about Diddy. It's not about Diddy, but he mentions Diddy, he mentions that Diddy, killed a guy in the clubs, which he did. Well, he shot somebody or stabbed somebody in the clubs, but I think it was self-defense. Why did he need donos? Wasn't he a rich crypto motherfucker? Who was which one? Bilal still thinks he beat JDM, might have given him more CT than I thought. Yeah, I seen that and I was so tempted to say the only thing that Bilal won was a trip to the hospital, but I didn't want to come off too aggressive on my Instagram. Oh, crazy. I missed that part of the song. Yeah, wait, let me... Oh, Askren. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but lung transplant's pretty expensive, I think it's $500,000 or something like that. I'm sure he had a lot of crypto, but I'm sure it wasn't too much. Well, yeah, Dance with the Devil. I'm going to look up Dance with the Devil, and there's a part where he mentions Diddy, or he calls him Puff Daddy. Dance with the Devil. Even Eminem mentioned Diddy in Kill Shot when he was going back and forth with Machine Gun Kelly. He did mention what's his name? He mentioned Diddy. Ben has made so much in ONE FC and UFC and with his 15 wrestling skills, and he still couldn't afford to get a lung transplant. It's very scary when you think about it. Where is it? Where's the D part? Do 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 do. Dance with the Devil is such an iconic song. I feel like everybody's gone through a moment where they've just listened to that song quite a lot. I'm happy I live in Canada. I'm happy I live in Australia. I'm actually very worried if I lived in America. I'm not gonna lie, especially if I lived in Chicago or some shit. I'd my life would be so much worse. I'd be so worried I was gonna get shot or something. Anthony Delagy versus Marcin Tybura, the rematch everybody wanted. I don't know why they would book Anatoly Delagy immediately into a fucking rematch with Marcin Tybura. Couldn't they have given him like someone he hasn't fought before? You could have done Marcin Tybura versus like, I don't know, somebody else. It's called freshman year. I don't know why. My nose only ever gets itchy when I'm on these lives. It's very weird. I'm pretty sure Ben needed double lung surgery. He did, yeah. It was both of his lungs, which is crazy. That's very crazy. Just glad he's all good, you know. There's a lot of people. I can't believe Kai Borello like actually convinced everyone he was dead. Check out YNC. Like, God, yeah. Like I remember, like Kai Borello literally started that whole thing. There was like, it blew up that he died. Like there was actually so many posts about him dying, and now he's still alive. Like I can't wait to see Ben Askren's like reaction, like when he goes on his podcast, to, like just talk about it. Like I don't know. I feel like he'll have a funny response to it. Do you look up YNC? 5 gore sites with videos that may cause nightmares. No, I'm not going to click on that, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. I'm okay. I'm not going to join a fucking watch list. Thank you very much. I do not like gore. So I will not be clicking up YNC. Middleweights love lying. Yeah, the thing is, Kai Borello has spread 2 very false things in the last couple months. Kai Borello convinced everybody that Dricus du Plessis broke his fucking leg, and then he just convinced people that Ben Askren straight died. Like I get he's not like purposely doing this to be malicious, but Kai Borello needs to like check his sources a little bit before he makes like big statements. I feel like he's really he's really like I don't know, he's like a one of those like really like bad gossip like channels. Who's the best point fighter at lightweight? Probably Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden's an underrated point fighter. I feel like he could fucking beat the fucking points out of anybody if he, if he doesn't get his leg chopped up against Thiago Moises, he's point fighting the fuck out of him for the rest of that fight. Like Trey Ogden could just point fuck the shit out of every fighter in the world. Yusuf Zalal's a featherweight. So yeah, Trey Ogden. Grant Dawson, best decision machine. Grant Dawson's actually got quite a few finishes though. He subbed Jared Gordon, which is pretty good. I'm actually interested to see what they do for Grant Dawson next, believe it or not. I think Grant Dawson could actually beat a lot of these guys. Like, he could probably beat... I don't know, Dariush actually might beat Dawson if they were to fight, actually. I was so happy I picked Beneil Dariush. I didn't do the best for picks last week, but I'm just glad I got my Dariush pick. I just wish I wish that Dariush versus Moicano happened on the January card, because I was so confident Dariush was going to win that fight. He was such a tough matchup for Moicano. Kyo getting his news from Crazy Kev. That's crazy. Trey Ogden beats Ilya. He would. He'd point fuck the shit out of Ilya. Ilya wouldn't know what to do. That would be so crazy, though. Trey Ogden is the guy to... Imagine Trey Ogden getting the belt wrapped around his waist. He's just 50-45 Ilya Taporia in the worst fight of all time. That's how Ilya's reign ends. Not even in like a brutal firefight where he gets caught. No, it's Trey Ogden fucking decisioning him. Oh, God. Trey Ogden is like massive as well. He's like sort of like Bilal, but at like lightweight, really. Like fights similar to him. Has a really weird HGH type build. I picked Moicano to have more significant strikes and literally refused to throw a punch. Yeah, that was really bad. That third round was awful. I'm glad because like he almost chinned Dariush in the first, but he made it very easy for Dariush to get his hand raised though, which I liked. That was very good. But Dariush's chin is absolutely cooked. If they do Fiziev versus Dariush, Fiziev is going to knock him out cold. Gaethje would knock Dariush out cold, but they won't fight because they're friends and they have the same management. Paddy Pimblett would probably knock out Beneil Dariush as well. I think Dariush loses the most people, but Moicano is just a good matchup for him. Like, I reckon if you booked Quillen Sauerkind versus Dariush right now, I reckon Dariush gets chinned like Anshul Jubilee did. I reckon his chin just can't take big power shots now. MVP would probably point fight Ilya to a 29-28 decision. He would just move around, kick at him, and win. Like, I don't know. Darius is literally the most auraless fighter in the UFC. Grey hair, boring style, boring personality, doesn't trash talk, absolutely boring fighter. Do you remember when he called out Robert Whittaker? Like, Darius called him out just to say how much of a good father he was. It was very wholesome, but very weird. He's like, I'm going to call somebody out. Robert Whittaker, you're a cool guy. You're a really cool dude, and you look like a great dad. It's like, fucking all right, take him out for some coffee then, mate. Jesus. Ruffy versus Beneil Dariush just for science. I think Ruffy would win that. I think they're doing Mauricio Ruffy versus Michael Chandler. That's what I've heard. I keep seeing everybody say it. Don't know if it's trusted sources said it, but I think they're doing Mauricio Ruffy versus Chandler, and that's very interesting because Chandler has literally fought a guy with the personality of McGregor, and now he's fighting someone who fights like McGregor. So, he's splitting it up. He's getting the McGregor fight, but in like a different way. I think that Ruffy will probably chin Chandler. I reckon Chandler's done. Dariush sounds like a name like shit. So I just took a Dariush in there. It does actually. Like a douche. I took a douche. What the douche? I took a Dariush. It does actually, when you think about it that way. I could see Stewie saying, but Brian, I gotta take a Dariush. I could see that 100%. I don't know. Dan Hooker would also knock out Dariush. I reckon if that fight was to happen, Hooker knocks him out. Knee up the middle. That'd be a cool fight. Dariush versus Dan Hooker in Perth. They could 100% do that fight. I just think we're 100% going to see Dariush with another brutal flatline. Did you see that Raul Rousas Jr. is fighting Rob Font? He's finally getting a test. I think that Rob Font might win that fight, to be honest with you. His takedown defense isn't that bad, I don't think. So he might actually just jab up Raul Rousas. Hooker versus Gaethje needs to happen. Yeah, 100%. I want to see that fight still. Armin being super rich and choosing to be a UFC fighter is low-key funny as fuck. Yeah, there's a video of him eating I forgot what it was. It was some rich food that's thousands of dollars to eat. Like cariola? No, I can't remember what it was called. But he was just eating it like nothing, and it was thousands of dollars each. Could you beat Askarov? I would catch Askarov when caviar, that's it. He was eating caviar. Not actually sure what the fuck even is caviar. I've never had it before, obviously, but could you beat Askarov though? Yeah, I reckon Askarov, I'll make him seem like the bell's gone, and then I'll sucker punch him because obviously he's deaf. So I would get him very sneaky. I'd sneaky one punch him. I'd be like, yeah. I'd go to hug him so he thinks the round's over and the fight's over, and then boom, uppercut right in the fucking chin. That's how I beat Askarov. But no, he'd probably wrestle me to a decision. Askarov has 15 decisions. He needs finishes before anybody fights him. Fish eggs. Caviar is fish eggs. Fish eggs. Holy shit. Going to go all of July sober. I think I can do it. Well, good job. I hope you can do that, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. I've been drinking lots of... What have you been drinking specifically? Jesus Christ, I'm losing my speech patterns. What have you been drinking specifically? I didn't drink during Canada Day today, so that's good. Good job. I'm glad to hear. I didn't even know Canada had their own day. What day is Canada Day? Well, today, obviously, but I didn't even know you had, July 2nd or July 1st, I'd imagine. Because I'm not sure what date it is in Canada. I didn't even know you had your own day, but I guess it makes sense. If we have an Australia Day, America's got their own day. The UK probably have their own day. So it wouldn't surprise me that Canada has their own day. I drink 15, 20 Hayals. I've never heard of Hayals in my life. Is that a beer or something? Malcolm will make a fan. But yeah, you guys excited for a Derek Lewis 5 round main event next week? That should be really good. Why put guys in the main event who could actually have fun 5 round fights? No, we need Derek Lewis in there. Hey, y'all are like iced tea, alcoholic drinks. That actually sounds really nice. I don't drink alcohol, but that actually does sound like it'd be nice. Brazilians are 0-8 in main events this year. I seen that stat. That's crazy. What a fall off, you know. What a fall off. But at least they got Pantoja, you know. They got Pantoja. I think Pantoja is the only Brazilian champion, right? Tevin Farmer got KO'd exactly like Kevin Lee the other day. Damn, that's rough. Kevin Lee is like, yeah, he needs to. Did you guys see Muhammad Ali's grandson lose the other day? What's his name? Biagio, Ali Walsh. He got fucking subbed in a fight. He was like winning very clearly, but he gassed out and got subbed. Very sad because he was actually looking really good in the first round. And I think he can come back from it, but it's a bad look, you know, to get subbed so easily. With I think it was an arm triangle as well. It's just, I don't know, it kills the hype a little bit of Biagio. You know, he's got very good hands. I refuse to watch boxing. It wasn't boxing, it was MMA. It was PFL. Yeah, I put that up in my shorts too. It got the most views this week. Yeah, because like they were really overhyping Biagio. They did the same stuff for Nico Wally, Ali Walsh as well. Like Nico, what is Nico Ali Walsh's record now? I think he's lost a couple times, hasn't he? Nico Ali Walsh. Let's have a look. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure he's lost 2 fights. He's lost 2 fights. He's got 12 wins though. That wasn't a boxing match. It was more like a WWE event. The last boxing match I ever watched was Jake Paul versus Tyson. I quit forever after that. I watched a few of the highlights for Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. He looked good, but Chavez Jr. also just looked horrible, I feel like. Okay, so he actually lost 3 times, but the guy he fought actually tested positive for an illegal substance. So that's why he's got a no contest against Danny Rosenberger. I wonder what Danny Rosenberger is. He also lost to Sona Akala, lost to Yuyan Carlos Guerrero Jr. And now he's coming off a win. So yeah, he's sort of got a bit of a journeyman type career, Nicky Ali Walsh. I remember they were hyping up. He's like, this is the next Muhammad Ali. You know, literally, I don't know. There was so much hype on Nico Ali Walsh. I mean, he's still young, but I don't think he's ever going to be champion or anything like that. You know. But they should actually do Jake Paul versus Nico Ali Walsh some point in time. That'd be a cool fight, I reckon. Jake Paul is a ranked boxer. He is a ranked boxer now. He's like number 14 or number 12 in the cruiserweight rankings. Watching Jake is not watching boxing. It's watching freak show boxing, you know, but at this point in time, he is like fighting actual boxers. They're just old boxers, but it's the same shit other boxers do, really. But it'll be interesting to see what Jake Paul does next because cruiserweight is the worst division and he still can't get close to a belt. Apparently, he might be fighting like the champion of one of the cruiserweight belts. I don't think it'll actually happen. I reckon he'll end up fighting somebody else. But it'll be interesting to see if they like give him a ranked boxer next. Like I don't know what he's gonna do. Like I can't off the top of my head I can't think who I'd want to see Jake Paul fight again. Like maybe he should rematch Tommy Fury, but I don't know. Don't think that'll happen. I don't even know. Tommy Fury's apparently boxing Roy Jones Jr., which is like horrible. He's not fighting 42-year-old Badal Jack. That's a fast. Yeah, no, that's not what I was talking about. He was meant to fight somebody else, like Zorbo or something. I don't think he'll fight him either. He'll probably get destroyed, but he's teasing it at least. I think eventually Jake Paul will fight these guys, but he is going to wait for them to get older. Like, he was actually meant to fight Tank, but that fell through when Tank fumbled against Roach. Zerto just lost. Yeah, I don't know. I swear I seen something about him fighting Zerto. I don't know. I reckon if they did Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, I think he would knock Tank Davis out. He's way too big. You can hate Jake Paul, but size is like, well, there's going to be way too big of a difference then. Frank Ocean is too soy for me. My type of black guy is Derrick Henry. Fair enough. I mean, Frank Ocean is grooming Peyton Talbot. Peyton said an area. I'm sure if Frank doesn't even watch UFC. Pretty weird situation. That is actually very strange, to be honest. How did they even, like, become friends? Very random. He did a face-off with Zerto and he's way bigger than Jake. Yeah, that makes sense. Jake will look to fight anybody who's going to be smaller, you know. But who knows? I think he would beat Rahman Jr. If he fights Hasim Rahman Jr., I think he would beat him at this point. Rahman Jr. is pretty awful. They should actually rebook that fight now that Jake Paul's built up a bit more experience. I think he would beat Rahman Jr. I know he's not a heavyweight, and he fought Greg Hardy, but he got absolutely smoked by Greg Hardy. Frank reached out to Peyton randomly. That's very strange. I think he's seen the memes about like Peyton Talbot being gay, and he was like, "Ooh, here he is. Here's my UFC twink." But yeah, let's look up. Let's reminisce for Jake Paul's little boxing resume, because it is a funny resume just to like go through Jake Paul's like record. Obviously, there like with context. I know there is context. But, like, if you look at his record, it's so funny to, like, look at guys on his record, like, where's his boxing record here? Like, starts off amateur fight against Deji. Beats Deji in 2018 by TKO. Then he comes back in 2020, beats a Nissan Gibb, okay? He's beat a Nissan Gibb, who's actually probably one of the better boxers he's fought. Nissan Gibb's not actually that bad. Beats Nate Robinson, horrible fighter, should never be in a boxing ring, is a literal basketball player with no fight experience. Demolishes him. Beats Ben Askren, never should have boxed. Beats Tyron Woodley, clearly beats him. I don't know why it was a split decision. He clearly won more rounds than Tyron Woodley. Knocks out Tyron Woodley. Then he fights Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva was a big step up, and he did really good in that fight. Then he fought Tommy Fury. Loses to Tommy Fury. Then he beats Nate Diaz, beats Andre August, Ryan Borland, two journeyman boxers. Beats Mike Perry, absolutely destroys Mike Perry. It was actually very embarrassing. And then he fights Mike Tyson. It's so funny to see Mike Tyson, like, after Mike Perry on the record. Then he beats Julius Cesar Chavez Jr. Now he's 12-1. Like, obviously, there's a lot of context that goes in with all these guys being washed and not boxers, besides Mike Tyson and Cesar Chavez Jr. And the two journeymen he fought, but yeah, I need Jai Hopatoa versus Jake Paul. That would be hilarious. That would actually be funny as fuck to watch. Especially because, like, Jake Paul has, like, no path to victory in that fight. He would absolutely die. Deontay would probably lose to Jake at this point. He probably would. He's looked so bad. And, like, if he can't catch Jake, Jake will probably just, like, beat him to a decision. But he probably would just catch Jake at some point, surely. You'd hope so. Jake Paul having a win over Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson would be hilarious, though. Jake Paul is a bum. He's not too bad, like, considering, you know, everything. But he is definitely not, like, world championship caliber. I can't believe they're actually in talks to do him versus Canelo, though. That's crazy. They're actually, like, going to do him versus Canelo. I think they will do him versus Canelo in the future once Canelo is, like, washed. Like, if Canelo loses to, like, Crawford or gets TKO'd and then loses another couple fights, Jake Paul will then wait 2 years and then he'll fight Canelo. But, yeah, I don't know. It'll be so fucked. If we live in a timeline when Jake Paul knocks out Canelo, that would be crazy. But he wouldn't knock him out. He'd probably just, like, win a decision or something. But Canelo would have to be, like, 50 for him to lose, I reckon. Like, I can't imagine Canelo falling off that much to the point that Jake Paul's beating him. You know, Canelo would have to age, like, 20 years and, like, 2 years for Jake Paul to have a chance. Like, how old is Canelo? Canelo's, like, pretty young still, too. I think he's only, like, 8 years older than Jake Paul or something. Yeah, he was born in 1990. He's only 34, but he is an older 34. Like, he's had so many fights, but I don't know. I reckon there's no world. No more boxing talk. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of boxing. I like boxing, but, like, I don't know. It's hard to keep up with, like, so many different events and so many different belts and so many robbery decisions. I'm actually interested in Taylor Lapierre versus Ali Taleb. Note, he slept Vinicius Oliveira. He did. I didn't know they were fighting, to be honest. It's crazy. Taylor Lapierre out of the UFC again. I actually think I read he actually was the one who left himself because he didn't feel like he was getting paid enough, which is crazy. You're literally Taylor Lappius, but you probably were being underpaid, but like still. If Ali Taleb beats Lapilius, they should just like steal him from the PFL, get him in the UFC. Because Vinicius Oliveira is on a run at the moment. He just beat Sedna Magomedov. That'd be another interesting fight, by the way. Vinicius Oliveira versus Peyton Talbot. That'd be a cool fight. I'd pick Vinicius Oliveira, though, I reckon. Like, there is actually so many interesting bantamweights coming up, though. It's really cool. Like, there's so many good bantamweights, and they still might not even ever make it to the rankings. Just shows how good the division is. But, yeah, like, I reckon Vinicius Oliveira would beat Raul Rosas, I reckon. His takedown defense would probably be too good. Would keep it standing, beat him up. I just hope we get to see all these guys fight each other. Like, I want to see Peyton Talbot versus, like, Raul Rosas one day. And stuff like that. I do think Vinicius Oliveira would win a rematch, in my opinion. I could see that. I think Vinicius is looking really good. He's looking like a ranked guy. Inside the Box is the best boxing podcast out there. It's Brian Campbell from Mortal Kombat and Rafael Bartholomew, a New York writer that moved to the Philippines and learned Tagalog. Great content. Interesting. I like Brian Campbell. Brian Campbell's he's a funny guy. I remember he got in trouble for like being very racially insensitive when he was talking about Kai Asakura. I have a crazy take that Ilya could be middleweight champ. That is crazy. I feel like the physicality would be way too much, but he's definitely much more skilled than like the Hamzats and the Dricus Duplessis. Apparently, he actually took down Hamzat in sparring. I think that's what Hamzat said, or somebody said it. Apparently, he like shot him and took him down in sparring. So that's pretty cool, if true, since Hamzat's never been taken down in MMA before. But it is sparring. I don't think Hamzat was like trying to like fucking sprawl down and like break his body with all of his body weight. So who knows? But interesting if true. People forget that Chechens and Georgians have a very good relationship with each other. I am disappointed we didn't get to see Ilya versus Movsar Evloev, though. I felt like that would have been a really good win for Ilya. Yeah, he could beat Strickland for sure, and Strickland was champ. I don't know, it'd just be the size that would worry me for, like, Ilya. Yeah, he's really good, but he's so small. Like, he would just be so... Like, imagine him versus, like, Pereira, you know? Like, Pereira would literally be, like, a foot taller than him, have, like, 30 kgs on him as well. Be like, it would just be scary, but who knows? Ilya might just decide to be Thanos and take all the fucking belts. It'd be cool though. Imagine that he wins the featherweight, then the lightweight, then he becomes the welterweight, goes on, becomes the middleweight champion too. Is there a chance that Ilya being a short head? Is there a chance that being a short king could help him in the octagon? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's gonna make people. It's gonna make people it harder for them to shoot on him. Like, I think because he's shorter than Arman, it's going to be harder for Arman to get takedowns because he's so stocky and short. Because if you watched Ali Teb fight Oliveira, was swinging for the fences and kept taunting, he's definitely toned that back in the UFC. Yeah, my worst genre of fighter is fighters who, they just taunt too much. I hate when they do that. Like, stop taunting, go for the finish. Like, you always see, and they always lose, like, a really bad split decision all the time when fighters, like, taunt too much. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody who's done it. But I just remember so many fights where they would just taunt and then they get destroyed, like the same fight. Like, obviously, I'm not talking about, like, Anderson Silva where he gets, like, chinned for it. I'm talking, like, they straight are winning the fight and then they kept taunting. Like, Cody Garbrandt's a good example. Cody Garbrandt badly drops Ronnie Barcelos and then immediately points at him. Like, bro, get on him. Literally go for the finish. What are you doing? But no, he just sits there, points, and then lets the fight get away from him and gasses out. Like, that's what annoys me when fighters do that. And Cody Garbrandt is a big example of a fighter who does that. Does it all the time, and it fucking annoys me so much. Like, I was so angry that he did that because I picked him to beat Barcelos as well. And when he did that, it annoyed me. Nate Diaz kind of did that. Yeah, he did that against Leon Edwards. That really annoyed me. I hate when Jamel Hill was shaking his head versus Roundtree anytime Roundtree punched him and, like, that didn't hurt type shit. Yeah, I hate when fighters do that. When they get hit and they go... Like, they'll do, like, a face, like, they'll go... Or they'll go... Like, they do that. It's like, shut up, man. Just get on with the fight. What are you doing? Stop with the taunting. It's the funniest, though, when they do it and then they, like, immediately get chinned afterwards. He's like, bro, you literally deserve that. That was your own doing. But yeah, Jamal Hill's a guy who does that a lot. He'll always like act like he's not hurt and then immediately get badly hurt. I am interested to see who they give Jamal Hill next. They should do him versus Reyes, I reckon. Fuck it. Like, I don't think he's going to win a fight again, so just give him Reyes. Jamal Hill did it like 25 times. Yeah, no, he just wouldn't stop doing it. Like, Khalil Roundtree's destroying his leg, and he's like smiling and like mocking him. Like, yeah, that didn't even hurt. As he's like badly limping and changing stances. Dom Reyes is the man. I hope Reyes gets back to the belt. Imagine that. He redeems himself after those 4 bad losses, 1 robbery, 3 KOs. He comes back, wins the championship. That'd be an inspiring story. Very inspiring. I love the Marab versus Umar fight, but I absolutely hated when Marab ran around the cage with 15 seconds left in the round. Yeah, that was really annoying, to be honest. I hate when fighters do that too. It's like, was it this weekend? I can't remember if it was Eternal or if it was... It might have been the Eternal card, actually. But, like, in one of the fights, the guys were just, like, running around, like, laughing and, like, hugging and stuff, like, while the fight was still going, like, 10 seconds to go. I don't know if... I think it was Eternal. I don't think it was the UFC, but it was very weird. It was a very bizarre sequence. Are you religious? I'm not religious, but I do believe in God. But I just don't follow any religions. Send Hill to Reyes, then send Olberg to Roy Reyes, then send title fight to Reyes. I think Olberg's going to get the next title shot. I think that Pereira's not going to get the title fight. I think Jiri isn't going to get the title fight. I can see it. I can see Carlos Olberg getting the title shot, and I can see him winning a fucking shit decision. Do you believe in Jesus? I mean, I think he was a real person, but... I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Obviously, there's the Shroud of Turin that they just dated back to the time of Jesus. So I don't know. It's very interesting. I'd have to do more research. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Steve Erceg, please leave Steve Erceg alone. Gene Silver is a taunting merchant. Did you guys see that video of Gene Silver, like the UFC X, whatever the little fan thing they do is? He just like immediately got pressed with some fan, got in his face. I think the fan must have told him to do it, but it was very bizarre. He's a very odd guy. Oh, I was going to say something else about... It wasn't Gene Silver. It was about... I think too much about religion is not healthy. Yeah, well, you know, if you think about religion a lot, it must mean your mind is trying to find something. So, I don't know. I guess you just got to find the right religion. Or start your own, you know? I was going to say something, though. I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't remember what it was. I can't even remember what it was about. I swear I'm actually losing my mind. I'm actually slowly losing my memory. And it's not good, because I literally, as an MMA channel, I need to have a good memory about fights and stuff like that. It's just during lives, I lose my train of thought a lot. Hill, Rios, Holberg. Like, was it something to do with Holberg I was going to say? Man, I can't remember. But yeah, I reckon Holberg's going to get the title fight. I think he's going to win a really, like, close decision against Ankalaev. And then after that, we're going to get, like, Olberg versus Reyes, and I think Reyes is going to chin Olberg. I still don't believe Ankalaev's going to be a long-term champion. I don't see him as champion for long. Gene Silver is very odd. He choked a fan out cold. That was some weird shit. I don't know why he would do that. Especially if the fan was tapping. Do you smoke weed? Maybe that's affecting. I do not smoke weed. I don't smoke anything. I don't like smoking. I don't drink either. So I think it's just like, I'm getting distracted quite easily. I love Gene Silver. Roof. Ironic, he says roof a lot, but it's actually it's his training partner who's called Mauricio Ruffy. I don't think that's actually his name, though, right? Mauricio Ruffy, that's not actually his real name. I'm pretty sure. Tapero can lose. The aura makes him seem unbeatable. Remember BDS? Yeah, but that's a little bit differently, I feel like. Because Tapori is beating, like, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, while BSD is, like, beating Matt Favola, you know? It's a bit different. I just His name is Mauricio Santos. That's it. Yeah, that's right. Because he's Ruffy is like a guy from an anime or some shit, isn't it? And that's why he calls himself Mauricio Ruffy, which is, continues the theory that most MMA fighters are just like bullied anime kids. Oh, I remembered what I was going to say now. It was about Izzy. It was about Izzy and John Jones. Did you guys see that video at the Fan Expo thing where the guy was like, oh, can you say fuck John Jones? And Izzy was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. We all do bad things. It's like, yeah, but John Jones is like beating his fucking wife and leaving the scene of crime scenes and driving into pregnant women and doing steroids and doing coke and doing drugs and cheating on his wife and mocking DC's dead father, and he's doing a lot worse than the average person, is he? Like, you can't really like that's like saying, hey Izzy, can you say fuck Jeffrey Epstein? It's like, nah man, I can't say that. He's a piece of shit, but I'm a piece of shit too. It's like, come on man, what are you doing? Like, seriously, like, what do you mean don't say fuck John Jones? Like, John Jones is literally evil, man. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. Like, I know he's, like, buddies with John Jones now, but, like, he said all of this stuff about John Jones himself. He literally, like, was tweeting about John Jones having, like, mental breakdowns, like, 4 years ago. Izzy won't say that because he has done some shit himself. Well, that's what it makes me think. Like, if you're really, like, pulling hard for a guy who beats his wife and you're like, oh, come on, we all make mistakes. Like, yeah, we all make mistakes, of course. But that's like, yeah, if John Jones did one bad thing, that's all right. But John Jones just continuously does all these really bad, horrible things. Like, I don't know. And this is only the stuff we know. This is the bad stuff. Imagine the stuff we don't know about John Jones doing. Remember he choked a stripper a couple years ago? He was at a strip club and he apparently, like, choked some stripper. That was a thing that happened. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff about John Jones we probably wouldn't know. Habib gave John Jones his props. I know I seen that. There is a difference between one mistake and a pattern of behavior. Yeah, exactly. That's like saying, hey, man, come on. Say fuck Cedric Dumas. And Izzy's like, oh, come on, man. He just made a mistake. He's been arrested 20 times in 2 years. Like, come on. That's like, that is literally just a pattern of behavior. That's not a mistake. Armin beats Ilya. I think Ilya beats Armin. Armin's got a good shot, though, but I think Ilya would keep it standing. If it stays standing, Armin doesn't have the best chin. I think he would get put out. I could see him getting knocked out cold. He's been knocked out before, and he also got really badly hurt against Joaquim Silva, which is not a good look. Joaquim Silva's not like the greatest fighter. He's powerful, but he got really badly hurt in that fight. Armin is the most overrated fighter in the UFC currently. He's up there. Like, he's never actually had, like, a particularly great performance. His best performance was probably against Yoel Alvarez. That was a very impressive performance, but I think Alvarez has improved quite a lot since then. Besides that, his best performance was a losing decision against Islam Makhachev when he was, like, 21. Or 23, actually. He might have been a bit younger than that. But I don't know. I think Ilya does Armin easier than he does Charles, to be honest. I just think at least Charles has a threat on the feet. Armin doesn't really have much threat on the feet, and if that's the case, I feel like Ilya's going to get a lot more comfortable a lot quicker. The only big thing for Armin is he is very athletic. He's got some crazy athleticism. But it would be crazy if Ilya was to chin him, because, like, I remember Armin was like, everyone's like, oh, 100% Armin's the next guy up. When Islam leaves the division, Armin's going to be champion. It would be crazy if he just never became champ. That would be, like, actually insane, to be honest. But he's got some good wins, but even Grant Dawson beat Demiris Milagulov better than he did. Like, would you be surprised if Armin has touched the source at least once in his life? I would not be surprised, no. I mean, he's rich. That's the thing. He's very rich. He must be able to get some very secretive type roids or some secretive source that's, like, never showed up before. I think Armin's going to fight Dan Hooker, though. I have a feeling, because he was calling Dan Hooker out on Twitter the other day. So they might just do that fight. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Dan Hooker actually did, like, sort of a ride in that fight. Because the fact his takedown defense looked good against Gamrot. I feel like if he can keep it standing against Armin, it would actually be a very interesting fight. Imagine that. Imagine fucking Dan Hooker is the one to beat Armin Sarukian. Doesn't even get to a title shot. That'd be crazy. Then we get Hooker versus Taporia. That'd be crazy. Like, that would just completely throw the whole timeline into, like... it would completely destroy the timeline and everything we know about it, I feel like. I wanna be just like you. Ayo. I just wanna be just like you. But yeah, Armin Sarukian, he'd probably fight. People talk like he's the second of Christ. He's mortal, guy, boys. You talk about Armin or Ilya, about being the second coming of Christ. Every favorite 90s R&B song. It's actually hard. 90s R&B songs. Let's look up some 90s R&B songs. Yeah, but Ilya's just so good everywhere. Obviously, you know, he's beatable, but I'm just trying to find songs that are from... Imagine Dan Hooker knees Ilya in the hose. I could see it. I could see, because Dan Hooker's tall, I could see him being a bit of a trickier matchup for Ilya. I think Ilya would still win, don't get me wrong, but I could see him so having like an actually fun performance against him. Most overrated is current Volk. Slept out cold twice, lost another unanimous decision to Islam. What do you mean another unanimous decision? He lost one unanimous decision. Barely got past Lopez. I thought Lopez won that fight. That is an outrageous thing to say, that Lopez won that fight. I don't think current Volk's overrated. I think we're all aware that current Volk is washed. But it's just he's so good that even while washed, he's still like managing to beat Diego Lopez. Just shows how good he is even past his prime. But yeah, favorite R&B song from the 90s. It's actually very hard. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Return of the Mac's a good song, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Ahmed has the second best ground and pound in MMA history next to Habib. Maybe. Islam's got really bad ground and pound though. I want to just put that out there. I don't know how you can... I don't know how you can, like, train with Habib and have horrible, like, pillow-fisted ground and pound. Like, Islam has very good hands, but, like, his ground and pound on the ground is, like, fucking awful. He barely does any damage with the ground and pound. Is In Excess considered R&B? I don't think it is it? Because I'll never lay you apart. Gene Silver would KO Volk. I feel like you can't say anything bad about Volk because that's everyone's two favorites. But Holloway's awful. He loses to anyone good now. I wouldn't say he loses to anyone good now. Let's not forget, he literally chinned Justin Gaethje like a year ago. In Excess. You don't know In Excess? It was an Australian band. I'll never let... what's the song? They'll never tear us apart. Bum, 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 bum. Volk got beat in one of the Holloway fights. He did not. He clearly won them all. The second one was closer, but he did win the last 3 rounds. Lopez just throws winging hooks and uppercuts in the pockets. He isn't good. Yeah, I don't think Lopez is that great. I thought Volk, would have clearly won the fight. He did clearly win the fight, but Lopez is just like a more crazy Oliveira, sort of. He's just a less clean Oliveira, I feel like striking wise. He just sort of wings big hooks. He wings a lot of big meaty hooks. Who was that Aussie country singer, Toby Keith? That sounds familiar. I think it's Toby Keith. Can't remember if it was during COVID. Yeah, it was the one in 2020. It was the Fight Island one. It was the Masvidal versus Usman card. Everyone said it was a robbery, but then when everyone rewatched it, they thought the last 3 rounds went to Volk. First 2 were to Holloway. They were clear rounds because he got a knockdown, but I thought Volk won rounds 3, 4, and 5. The most overrated fighter is Movzar. People overhype his skills to an insane degree. Yeah, Movzar's very overrated. Especially because a lot of his fights were really close. Like, he almost got subbed by... what's his name? What was I thinking? Oh, yeah, he almost got subbed by that, like, British guy, Mike Grundy. That's it, Mike Grundy. Volk couldn't drop Holloway once in 15 rounds. Yeah, but, like, 30 fighters couldn't drop fucking Holloway in, like, 30 fights. Ilya was the first one to drop him in general. Holloway's got the best chin of all time. Before Ilya cracked it. Ilya's free fight run is Cover 100 because none of these were against prime versions of those guys. They were extremely washed and damaged goods. You can argue that. You can definitely argue that, but it's the way he's doing it, though. Do you reckon Dana was pissed that Paddy got the face-off because he already had Paddy versus Gaethje lined up? Probably very pissed. Don't forget, man, Gaethje dropped Holloway at UFC 300 before Ilya. Yeah, but it was like a weird one. They didn't count it, so yeah, I get what you mean, though. Remember watching him in better and he was doing the leg kick saying point, point, point. I remember watching the first Volk versus Holloway fight live and just being like in awe. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is literally from Australia. He's outstriking Max Holloway right now. And I just remember him winning. Everybody counted Volk out, and then here he is, like 6 years later, he's champ again. Crazy longevity, especially for someone who only started training when he was 23, 24 years of age. He was just stuck in rugby the whole time, and then he got into MMA. Pretty inspiring. Fought at middleweight. People forget Volk started at middleweight, made his way all the way down to featherweight. So maybe Ilya could do good at featherweight, to be honest, if he bulks up right. Yeah, but rugby gives you wrestling, that's true. Ilya knocking out Mauricio Ruffy would be 10 times more impressive than knocking out Charles. Charles gets smoked every fight. I wouldn't say that. Charles had a very competitive fight with Ahmed Sarukian. I think Mauricio Ruffy beats Ilya. All right, let's calm down. Ruffy's best win is fucking King Green. Bobby Green's really past his prime since that Jarlin Turner fight. Ruffy was losing to James Lontop. If he can't chin people straight away, he gasses a little bit. So I don't know. Ruffy might be able to beat him, but Rogan retires soon, man. He's so bad with all due respect. Rugby gives you a blast double leg. It doesn't give you wrestling. Yeah, but people get tackled. When people are getting tackled, it does teach you like some takedown defense. At least teaches you how to use your hips. Ruffy looks like he has fight IQ. Well, he didn't really have fight IQ when he went crazy against Lontop, trying to get like flashy KOs and gassed out. But he is good. He's very good, but I don't know. I'm not completely sold on Ruffy. He's had a few close calls. The guy who actually beat Mauricio Ruffy's on Dana White Contender Series this season, actually. Charles gets dropped like every fight. That's true. Ruffy is like prime McGregor. Yeah, he fights similar to him. He definitely fights very similar to him. Ruffy versus McGregor, not McGregor. Well, McGregor too would be cool, but Ruffy versus Ilya would be a cool fight. Hopefully we get to see it. I'm just worried Ilya's going to retire really soon. I hope he stays at lightweight for like 2-3 years, then goes up to welterweight when he's like 32. I feel like he can actually build a crazy resume. I feel like he could actually pull off a really crazy resume at 155 if he sticks around, but it remains to be seen, unfortunately. Dude, right before Ilya knocked out Charles, Rogan was talking about how Charles is absorbing the shot so well. I know, that was so poorly timed. If you're a lightweight who throws spinning heel kicks from a bladed stance, you fight like McGregor. That's so true. But Ruffy does fight with a karate stance, so he's like sort of similar. But yeah, anyone who fights like any somewhat flashy with the karate sort of base is like just the next Conor McGregor. I got my first YouTube payment the other day. That was cool. So hopefully we can get some more. Honestly, why is no one talking about Sadikov? The dude is a savage. He will be in contention soon. I mean, he just had a very competitive fight with Nicholas Motta, which isn't a great look. And he went to a draw with Slava Claus, and he was losing to Evan Elder. There's a no way. Was it much? It was just I got $102. Thank you. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, it was $102, which is it's cool. It was cool to get. It was just a goal I had had a while to get paid. So yeah, I got $102. Not nothing significant, but it was a goal. It's a goal ticked off. Shout out Benny P. Yeah, I honestly doing the lives has helped though. Hopefully I'll be able to get my next payment soon. But the thing with payments, you guys know with donations, you don't actually get the donos. The donos actually go towards the amount that you get paid for when you actually reach a threshold. So you have to get to $100 every time before you get paid, and then after you reach 100, then you get that money. That's how it all works with YouTube. But I was so happy to finally get it. How much was it? Oh, I already answered that. What did your parents think? My dad thought it was cool. My dad just said, now you just need to start getting even more. And I'm like, yeah, all right. But, it's my first payment, but it'll get better. It'll get better. I've just got to keep being consistent with it. That is a decent chunk of change. Yeah, it was cool. It was just, I don't know. It was really cool to get it. Do you make more off Twitter? Yeah, I've made more off Twitter. I've made almost like 1K off Twitter, I think. So, and that's over a year. But that's not including sponsorships or any like that stuff. Because I get a lot of people pay me to promote their stuff. That's why you got to tell them to send to your PayPal. Yeah, but I don't mind. I think it's better to just get it from YouTube. Feels like you earn a bit more. What's your normal job, please? I would say the journalist stuff is probably my real job since I write a lot of articles, which I get paid for. Like, I've done a lot of articles for Australian MMA. I've done, got to be at least 15 articles the last couple months. Sigrid Igizmayev looks like he signed with the GFC, but hasn't had a fight in 2 years, so that's concerning. Yeah, that's an interesting signing. People forget, man, he lost to Carlston Harris. But he might actually be able to do good. But yeah, like you said, 2 years. Wasn't his last win against Aoki as well, Shinya Aoki? Sadikov's the DDP of 155. He is. He's got plot armor. You got to start milking the donos, finding whales, and going live during American time. Yeah, when would American time be? Would that be like what would be like the ideal time to go live for me? Because obviously I'm West Australian time. So what would that be, like 5 a.m. or something? MMA Joey made a video about how Ilya shouldn't have took Islam's number one pound for pound spot. Islam is my favorite fighter, so I agree. Yeah, I disagree with it because Islam's wins are pretty bad. Like the Hanata Moicano wins aging horribly. Dustin's washed, clearly. And then he beat Volk on short notice. His wins aren't the greatest. I feel like Ilya's got a second belt now, but if Islam was to beat JDM, but he won't, he'd probably get it. Probably like 10 a.m. What, 10 a.m. my time? Would be best. American time is 4 p.m. Yeah, maybe I'll go live I'll wake up at 5:30 or something, and I'll go live in 5 a.m. in the morning or something. Go live for an hour or two and then go for my walk. Just need to get them donos up. I don't know, the feeling when you get paid from YouTube is like a drug. I want to keep getting all this money. Capitalism is overcoming me. Yeah, your time. Oh yeah, well, I go live that time pretty often anyway. Islam, Volks, and Charles wins are better than Uptorias. I think Ilya's win over Volk is better because Volk is not a lightweight. I feel like beating him at featherweight's more impressive. I know he was technically coming off the KO loss, but I think Ilya would have chinned Volk either way. I think he's a bad matchup for Volk. Ilya's fights aren't good either. Max record is awful. Charles losing non-stop. What do you mean Ilya's fights aren't good? His fights are pretty good. I guess he's not knocking anyone out. Maybe it's not super entertaining, but Charles' fight was entertaining before he got the knockout, I reckon. Yes, money is addicting. Money buys happiness. Making money is amazing. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Money can buy happiness. It's the fact of earning the money is. I just like to. I just like to see the green. The green. It's an addictive feeling. So yeah, just make sure you guys donate to me. Any bit of money helps. I'm not even kidding. You can give me 50 cents. That 50 cents will go a long way when it comes to getting my next payment. Charles is like 15-3 at lightweight. Yeah, he is. He's got a very underrated lightweight record. He only lost to Cowboy and Jim Miller and Felder. And then oh no, it's not. It's more than 15-3 now that I'm reading it out. Like Ilya's opponents aren't that good. They are good though. Austin Lane might have the most brain damage ever. Got hit in the head over and over again in football, and now he's getting knocked out cold in the UFC. Yeah, it's rough. It's very rough. People forget he got knocked out cold by Greg Hardy as well. He's got like zero chin. But anyway, yeah, someone surely just like send 50 cents. If that's all you can muster up, just send some money. Because, yeah, going live is great and all, but I like seeing that US dollar thing go up a little bit on the top right of the screen. And it helps. It helps a long way with me being able to do this stuff. You know, donos are very helpful. I can just hear the cricket noises right now. But yeah, who's Austin Lane fighting next? He's fighting Petrino. I think Petrino is probably going to beat him, but Petrino, he's he can just shit the bed quite easily. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Austin Lane just, like, fucking destroys him. But Petrino is, like, an athletic guy, so... Based. Based. My Ilya Taporia stream I did the other day, like 2 days ago, it literally got 1.3k views. That was crazy. Like, that's the most views I've ever had on a live stream before, so that was really cool. So I think I'm just gonna mention like very popular news stories every time in my stream titles and hope for the best. It was very awesome to end the stream and see 1.3k viewers. Be interesting to see how much this stream does as well. I'll probably head off in 5 minutes though. So if you want to donate or ask me any questions, feel free to, because yeah, I'll go in 5 minutes. Who is Carlos Leal facing? He's got a fight booked. Who is he fighting? He's fighting... I believe he's got something booked. I swear I seen something about Carlos Leal the other day. I think he might be fighting Muslim Salikov. I'm not 100% sure though. Let me check. He is. He's fighting Muslim Salikov. He's going to absolutely fucking massacre Muslim Salikov. Salikov's way too old to be in there. Carlos Leal. I love Carlos Leal. Fun fighter. I was always a big fan of him in the PFL. I always rooted for Carlos Leal. He's actually very good, even for a PFL fighter. And got badly robbed by Renat Fakredinov. Charles' fight IQ isn't too far off Chandler's. Even Paddy said he had no game plan versus Ilya. Yeah, he should have just... His approach is to literally just forward pressure and try and break guys. But I think it's going to work against a guy like Ilya. Flyweight is one of the best divisions in the UFC, and Lona Kavanagh is going to go on the Joshua Van arc. Lona Kavanagh versus Joshua Van could be massive in a couple years' time. Imagine that for the belt. There is a lot of good flyweight prospects coming up. And I like that a lot of the older guys are sticking around too. I think it's good. I think old fighters should stick around and start losing so we can like build up the next generation. I don't care. You're getting paid good enough. You can take some fucking losses, grandpa. Veronica Leal over Carlos Leal. Who the fuck? Is this another porn star name? Okay, I think this is just an actress. I don't think she's a porn star. I hope not. Uh, Charles' most elite performance was versus Dariush. It was. I love the Dariush profile picture. That's when he turned fucking blue for a little bit. Shalikov is 40 years old and getting KOs. Yeah, but like it's against guys he should be KOing, you know? Like he did get destroyed by Dalby. There's this guy called Trading Champ and he's donated 15K to MMA channels over the years. Will somebody tell Trading Champ to come in my live streams, please, and help a brother out? Oh my god, I didn't even realize Salikov's on a 2-fight winning streak. That's crazy. What? Oh yeah, because he beat Ponzinibbio, but he arguably lost to Ponzi. Then he got a KO over Kanan Song, which he should have chinned Kanan Song. He got knocked out by Randy Brown, lost to Dalby, got chinned by the Leech. I do not have any thoughts on Veronica Leal because I was too scared to go any further into looking about what it is in case you got me on some fucking watch list. Gilbert Burns is not having a fun time doing that right now. Oh, yeah. He's getting absolutely smashed by the new generation. But, hey, somebody's got to do it, you know? I feel like people like that, they should get paid more. If they stick around and just, like, feed the next generation, like, hey, it's not good for your brain health, but you're helping the sport. Trading Champ also bought MMA Experts a $1,700 ticket to the Emporia Max fight. He's the ultimate pay pig. Damn. Wonder how the guy's getting all his money in. Where is he? Why is Trading Champ not in my chat? Why is he not in here? Why? Somebody ask him why. Somebody, if you see him in the comment section, everybody at Trading Champ and tell him to come to Benderman 2001, Benny PMMA's live streams and tell him, like, I have really good picks and I'm in the top 8 best prediction channels and to, like, donate me a bunch of money, please. So yeah, if you ever see Trading Champ in a live stream, just at me and tell him to come to my chat. Japan loves doing old men versus prospects. I know, but the thing about Japan doing that is they actually, like, their old men are actually beating the shit out of a lot of their prospects. Like Sakuraba's son, they gave him against some, like, guy with, like, 40 fights, and he ended up beating Sakuraba Jr., which is really sad. I think Sakuraba Jr. actually might be 1-2 now, because I think he might have lost another fight too. They just keep feeding him all these experienced guys because he's the son of Sakuraba. Like, it's a bit unfair, to be honest. Like, at least build the guy up a little normally. Like, Jesus Christ. Just being a good fighter isn't genetic. It should be, but it's not. It doesn't work that way. But yeah. Anyway, anyone want to donate before I go in 2 minutes? It would be much appreciated. A dollar is all I need. I need a dollar is all I need. I need a dollar. This makes me come off so broke. But no, it's just because if I get more donations, it goes towards my YouTube payment so I can get it quicker. I mean, I've donated to Dagame just because I feel attraction towards him. Well, do you not feel a bit of attraction towards me, Malcolm Wellmaker fan? Come on, you're always telling me to look up gay porn stars. You must be getting off to it in some way. If I'm helping you get your rocks off, you know, the most you can do is donate me a little Canadian money. Be much appreciated. Once I get big, like once my channel gets bigger, I won't have to just like ask for donations. I feel like. Sakuraba Jr. lost to a guy that fought in Pride FC. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they feeding him to all these veterans? He's barely got his foot in the cage, and you're already giving him to, like, Pride vets. Like, yeah, the guys are a lot older. I haven't seen your body. Well, I'm really, like, dressed up at the moment, so you can't see my body. I look pudgy as fuck wearing. I'm wearing 2 layers of clothing because it's really hot right now. Why, have you seen Dag MMA's body? Does he, like, show his body off? Is that where you donate to him? Does he do a little strip tease on live for you? Is it winter for you? Yeah, it's winter here at the moment, so it's a bit cold. It's going to piss down with rain tonight, actually. So that's going to be fun. Gotta love a bit of rain every now and then. Play the funky music, white boy. Play the funky music, white boy. Do you drink protein shakes? I don't drink protein shakes actually. I will get a smoothie every now and then, but never protein shakes. I have protein smoothies if that counts though. Like protein with smoothies with a lot of like protein in it. Snow ever? It does snow, but not in West Australia. It snows in Tasmania and Melbourne, but it doesn't really snow here. Yeah, it shows off sometimes. Interesting. Well, when I get a bigger following, I will strip a little bit to get more donos, you know. Nah, I don't know. I'm not going to strip or anything to get donos, you know. I have a bit of self-respect, I feel like. I'm not in that need of money that much. I just like to I like the feeling of getting a donation though. It makes the stream like I feel like a good day's work. Get smoothies sounds expensive. Yeah, they are. I like twinks. Oh, well, I'm not a twink. I'm tall, but I'm like got an athletic build, I guess. I'm like 79 kgs. So I'm not really a twink. Ryzen did give some random 19-year-old from Korea, Koji Takianda, and the 19-year-old won. Damn, that's crazy. Ryzen's got the craziest matchmaking. It's either a massive mismatch or like a crazy underdog victory all the time. That's why I like Ryzen. Ryzen's underrated. I fucking love Ryzen. I wish they was more accessible to watch though. That's the thing. The only problem is it's so hard to catch Ryzen. I have to go through like Discords and shit to fucking get a Ryzen stream. Vlad Vass, hello. How you going? Welcome to the chat, Vlad Vass. I hope you are enjoying yourself, Vlad. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe. It's good to see you here. I appreciate all who join my streams and who subscribe. Because you're witnessing greatness. You're witnessing the rise of the next big thing in MMA. Benny P MMA. That's me. But yeah, I hope you're going all good, Vlad. What else is I got to say? But yeah, smoothies are definitely very, very expensive. I sometimes I'll get a boost juice. Hi, hello Vlad, how are you? You're doing much better at reading chats today. Yes, I am. I'm focusing more on reading the chats properly. That last stream I did before this one though, it was crazy. I was getting so many comments. How are you? I'm good, Vlad. How are you? Whereabouts are you from, Vlad? Bulgaria. Very nice. I'm an acquaintance with the Bulgarian cowboy, and his name is also Vlad. It's good to see you in chat. Bulgaria is a very cool place. Do you know the Bulgarian cowboy, Vlad? I like Ryzen, but it is very hard to find a link though. Yeah, that's the thing. I have to use like I think I'm in a Discord for Ryzen that I sometimes use, but I haven't actually watched one of their cards for a while. Like they always do a New Year's card, but like, you know, obviously I fucking go out for New Year's, so I don't normally catch them. I try and catch the first few fights, but then I end up going to like my mates or whatever for like a New Year's party, so I always end up missing it. But it is cool that they do like a whole New Year's Eve event and all that type of stuff. It is cool. They should do like a fight where a guy like starts the fight in like 2025 and then it like, you know, his fight goes into 2026. That'd be cool. Like, cause how would they even record that fight? Would it just say that it was in both years? Like, come on, that would be interesting, right? Like, do a fight on New Year's. Like, do it literally. Start the fight at 11:55, and then once they get into the second round, boom, New Year. Like the fight's in a different year now. Now the fight's booked. It's happening on 2 different years. They've been fighting for over a year. You know, they should do something like that. Like Ryzen is into that freak show type shit. They should do that. Why not? They have really bad sleep schedules in a lot of these countries too. Anyway, so it's like fighting past midnight wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. 2025. Indeed, it's 2025. They should do a fight where it starts in 2025, ends in 2026. Vlad, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I go live very often. I do need Ryzen to do King Iduk Polo versus Robelis de Spain. It would be very funny. Yeah, I would love to see that, to be honest. Or I'd like to see Robelis de Spain versus like some fat sumo wrestler as well. That'd be also really fun. People forget, man, Junior Tuffer was actually a beast in Ryzen. He was like destroying actual good like heavyweights in Ryzen. And then in the UFC, he's maybe fallen off a little bit. But he's at light heavyweight now. I reckon he's going to do a lot better at light heavyweight. He's not actually like that big. He's fought at light heavyweight before, and he looks a lot better for the weight class. He looks a lot healthier and more in shape. So I reckon he'll kill Tuco Tokos. So that would be cool. Not that I hate Tuco Tokos, but I think he'll chin him pretty badly. But who knows? Navo Sterling didn't chin him, so maybe Tuco Tokos will somehow get like a submission or some shit. Anyway, any other chats or anything? Because I will go in 1 minute. I'll go at 1:31. Or I'll go 1:32 actually. Just to give some time if anyone wants to ask anything else before I head off. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the videos. Go rewatch my other videos if you're new to the channel and just help me a little bit in the algorithm. Because it is very much appreciated. And, you know, Benny P appreciates those who help him a lot. Then I do not typically refer to myself in the third person because I'm not a fucking weirdo. But, you know, just so you guys know, I appreciate everything with the channel. Tuco Tokos died on the road to UFC. Yeah, that was the beginning. I remember, you know, the crazy thing is, Ming Yang Zhang was like a massive, massive underdog in that fight. Now he's actually on like a crazy run. I think it's because like you go through Ming Yang's record and he had a lot of like bad KO losses. Like he had lost to that Ukrainian guy who faked his way to the UFC. He actually got chinned by him. So he had like all these bad losses. But he ended up, you know, actually going on a good run, destroyed Anthony Smith. He's probably going to kill Johnny Walker, and he probably will. That's what I wanted to mention. I reckon is what's going to happen. Oldberg's somehow going to become champion. Reyes is going to kill Oldberg. Then Reyes is going to get chinned by Ming Yang Zhang. And then I reckon Azamat Mirzakhanov is going to chin Ming Yang Zhang. I can just see it all in my head playing out like that. Poirier's not a boxer. He's a brawler with mild technical ability. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, his hands are the main part of his game, so you would technically call him a boxer. But yeah, he does. It's not like he uses like a jab or like a uppercut. Really, it's like he's just throwing like big meaty hooks, isn't he? You know, he doesn't really mix the game up too much. It's all just big meaty hooks. Throw some good calf kicks though. You know, if there's one thing I know about Dustin Poirier is that he loves big meaty hooks. Play the fucking music, white boy. Alright, I'm going to head off, guys. It was good to see you guys. I'll go live again maybe tomorrow or the next day. Maybe I'll try to do an early morning stream tomorrow so I can try and get like some new viewership from other countries and just build up a little bit easier. But yeah, it was good to see you guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribed and like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. It was good to see you all. I'll see you guys next time.